That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Goglings, Gogorifics, Gog peoples, Gogs of the world. Welcome to everybody who is here for Pen and Pixels. I am your host, Arvin Eleron. This is the show that we do here every Tuesday from generally 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, but today, 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern, because, as everybody knows, we are dealing with daylight savings differences between the United States, where I am, and between the rest of the world. But that is all going to be caught up as of next week, and so as of next week, we'll be back to 4 to 7. But we're 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern tonight as we continue with Pen and Pixels, episode 268, and D&D with GOG Storm King's Thunder. I am very excited to be able to bring this back to you, and I'm doing it, everybody, from my new office, from my new streaming space. It's super cool and exciting and all that stuff. I did show it off when I was playing Mission Critical last week, but it's even more together, and I can show off, and I'll do that in just a second. But before I do that, just a couple of quick reminders about ways to support us here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow us here on GOG.com. That is always appreciated. Please make sure as well to subscribe to us here on GOG.com so that you can get those awesome custom sub badges and emotes and things like that you just saw Echo throw out there. Those are always really good, and definitely support us on the stream, all the various streamers. And if you haven't done so already, please consider clicking through to our individual channels as well, because we have all our own sub buttons and, Patreons and all that kind of good stuff also. But otherwise, the time has come for us to continue with D&D with GOG. Now, as a quick note, there was a little bit of confusion about the tweets and all that stuff. So just to be clear, last week we were supposed to be doing Storm King's Thunder, and then this week was supposed to be Talisman Adventures, but because we had to reschedule, and because there was an extra Tuesday in the month of March, it means that this week, we are doing D&D with GOG Storm King's Thunder, and next week we'll be doing Talisman Adventures, and then we'll be back into April. I have no idea yet what I'm going to be playing in April in terms of the next game I play, which I did on purpose, because I wanted to have something where I was just going to look around and then decide, you know what, I'd like to play this for a change, instead of knowing everything I'm going to play like 6 months out. So I am looking forward to deciding that and letting all of you know in a couple of weeks. It'll be something focused on story and narrative in games, as always. But now the time has come for us to continue and move into playing, and so I'm going to unmute myself and apologize as always for interrupting anybody that I may have interrupted accidentally, and then I'm going to unmute them. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to head on over here to... There we go. That which has a blank screen. That is not what I meant to do. Hold on, Pro Streamer here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We are here with D&D with GOG, Storm King's Thunder, and the full team. And I just want to note for the record, I wanted to wait until we actually had the lovely people here. That we have, again, we are in the new place, and I have now set up all of the game stuff. So we have over here. We have D&D 5th edition, we have 4th edition, 3rd edition, 2nd edition, the original AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide and Player's Handbook. We've got the red box, the original one that I bought in 1984, not the cool new one that all the kids are getting these days. So we got that, and then of course we have a bunch of other tabletop games. I may have a problem with a lot of tabletop games.
You're just telling us that you're a nerd.
Yeah, that's right. I own it proudly. So we've got lots of that stuff. I've got the original Tunnels and Trolls from Flying Buffalo. I got a bunch of this stuff, and of course Talisman Adventures in digital copy, although I cannot wait to get it in physical copy and have it in my hands. So anyway, yes, we are in a D&D friendly, tabletop role-playing friendly space. And I want you in chat to all take that energy in as you watch this team fight for their lives through sleet storms and water and marrows to free King Hecaton and save the giants, and moreover save the Sword Coast. But before we get to that moment, we need to have the players introduce themselves. So I will start first of all with the awesome and amazing Pyron Jade, who is with us. And Pyron, I hope everything is going under the circumstances okay. How are you doing, and who are you playing today?
Everything's doing okay, and I will now from now on pretend that marrow is just some kind of vegetable. Because when you said that word, it sounded like it's a vegetable now.
Yeah.
I am playing Greta Goldenfire, Dwarven Cleric of Foltus, may his light shine on your way, who already used up one of her big spells, and she's not on the map anymore. What happened? I'm gone. My little token is gone.
I don't know.
Now. This is not a good sign.
Nope. You've apparently left. I don't know.
You're next to me.
You're
next to me.
You're not even in the team order. You got deleted somehow.
I thought you were next to me. Oh, no, you're
I
not.
was-
That's a crossbow.
Yeah,
It's an
I
easy
was
mistake
next
to
to I was next to Urash there.
You returned. There you are.
Yes,
See, look.
it's me.
You returned a little bit. That is actually
Actual
scale life
size.
size for Celsig, based on what he currently is at. But yes, and I don't actually remember where were you, Greta? Were you up on the?
I was there near Urash here. You
Just pulled up onto the deck,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
just
Just
pulled up
close
by
to the
Urash
deck.
onto the deck.
Yeah.
Got it. Lovely. Thank you. All right. So yes, that's
On
who
the
you're
correct
playing.
side of the rail, if I remember rightly.
yes, by now on the correct side of the rail. So you still need to assign the token to me, and then I'm happy.
Okay, sounds good. Give me just 1 second.
I'm insufferable, and I know it, but still.
No,
I didn't get a lot of sleep.
You are very much not insufferable at all. Okay. Represents character. Greta. Okay. Now you should have control over it, I think. If you could double check this. Incidentally, I want to tell the players, I didn't mention this before, but Roll20 has rolled out a mobile beta, which it means that you're going to be able to, now it's not available to everyone, it's made available to me and to some other people that they send out, but soon they're going to have a mobile version which will be available, which is especially useful for players. It can work on a phone or a tablet, and you can actually access your character in a given campaign. You can roll skills and dice and stuff from the phone, so you can click on the phone without having to use up Windows and stuff like that. So for the DM, it's not all that helpful, because I was kind of like, but they're like, if you're the DM, you must still can maintain and do 60 million things at once. I'm like, all right, well, that's, story of my D&D life. But for the players, it's really useful. So I wanted you all to know that someday you'll be able to do Roll20 in mobile, which I think is kind of cool. So let's see. Do I have an original big sausage from a Welsh chip shop that closed in the 80s? I do not know what that means, but since you say Saber does and Saber is smiling, I'm guessing that means that Saber knows. I do not have that. I have failed in having, get ready for a chat, an original big sausage. And before I go any further with anything being reminded of that, I'm just going to go straight on. Thank Pyron for introducing herself and move right on to Darksaber 2K, who is there. And
weird off.
Yeah, I know. It's getting very strange. It's too bright for it. It's not after dark yet. It doesn't. But it's a great pleasure to have Darksaber with us. Thank you again, as always, for doing. Thank you, Takanji. I'm glad you like the shelves. Yeah, I'm pretty. Took me long enough to get them set up, for Christ's sake. Anyway, it's my great pleasure to have Darksaber. Thank you again, as always, for doing Moobot and Dashboard. And how is life with you? And who are you playing, sir?
I'm pretty good. Been keeping myself busy. Just got back into Final Fantasy X because it's been 20 years, and I just felt a hankering to play it again. But more importantly, Mad Max is on GOG. I've been waiting months.
Oh, is it?
To say that. Yes, it's one of my favorite games. I'm a huge fan of the films. It's a far better game than it has any right to be, because it's a movie tie-in game, and that's very murky waters for a game to be
Literally
released
what I was
in.
about to say.
Yes,
Yeah, generally, yeah.
It's just so good, just cruising around the desert, smashing things up. If you like taking screenshots, it's got a really good built-in photo editor. If you look at my Twitter, I posted some of the stuff that I've taken while on one of my 130 hours of playing that game. I like it quite a lot. I highly recommend it, and I'm definitely streaming that tomorrow. So yeah. But yeah, at the moment, I am the enormous 3-foot halfling Celsig Mauer.
Yes.
I was saying, I remembered that there were the two guys near me. Forgot about the other three who were approaching.
Mm-hmm. You guys have a lot of cultists you're dealing with. Yes.
I do, yes. So I might have to attempt to do something about that, but we'll have to see.
I look forward to seeing how the party gets itself out of this rather sticky situation. I have to just very quickly tell my favorite Mad Max story from Fury Road, which is when they were putting together all of the stuff. As you know, the director is huge on physical props, which is one reason why the movie works so well, because they don't rely on just CG. Quick note to CG obsessed people. Anyway, so when the guy, he was like, all right, there's this whole sequence where they're playing a guitar that's also a flamethrower. Long story. Anyway, he's like, all right, great. So the prop guy puts it all together, and he goes to him. He's like, okay, so I got it. And the director's like, that's great. So can you play it? Where's the flames? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, why doesn't it shoot flames? So he literally built a functional guitar that is actually a flamethrower. And if that doesn't show Mad Max vibes, I don't know what does. Like that right there is literally where it's at. We clearly at some point need to play like a Mad Max one shot where it basically just everyone plays like flamethrower guitars at some point. I think Greta would fit right in with the flame stuff. Anyway, a great pleasure to have Darksaber with us, and we will see how Celsigmar does with this situation that he finds himself in. Moving right on down the line, we have, of course, as always, Mike Smith, Peripheral Mike, who is with us, and I can see we were all talking about how various house circumstances, like I can see there's already a picture behind you. Pretty soon you're just going to have like family pictures and like busts of people on various stands, and it's all going to look very Thomas Crown affair, I feel like, is going to happen.
Not everybody in the UK has a bust. Like, it's just on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, that's
even if
not
people
a
they don't even
UK
know,
thing.
they're like, I don't know what that is. It's just,
That's Charles Wetherington III. He's my great uncle.
I feel that's true. I feel like that should be a law that you have to have a bust in the UK. How are you doing? How's life in the universe with you, Mike? And who are you playing today?
Really, really good. Like, the universe has been really kind to me at the moment. I'm getting back into streaming. I'm now streaming on Thursdays on my YouTube channel. I've just finished some Animal Crossing streams, and I'm going to be moving on to the amazing Spiritfarer, which, very similar to Mad Max, it does not have the right to be this charming. Like, it's such a nice game on Nintendo Switch. So I'm definitely looking forward to streaming some of that this Thursday. I decided not to go for the green screen this time, just because I wanted to show off my Anor Londo picture from Dark Souls, the Dark Souls tourism board. But today
oh my gosh, also, everyone's on the Dark Souls too. Are you sure you all wanted to wear Dark Souls paraphernalia before continuing this fight? I just want to be clear.
Got to get us in the mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
I've even got an Estus flask with me, so
Very nice.
Just in case.
Oh man, you need Onion Bro, and you'll be all good.
Yeah, absolutely. God, gotta give him a right arm for Onion Bro right now. But yeah, the universe has been really good. I also quick announcement, I wrapped up a really cool interview with somebody from the video game music scene, a chap called Jim Fowler, who you may know if you are aware of the music behind Bloodborne and also Blood and Truth on PSVR. Proper charming fellow. And that is going to be on my YouTube channel relatively soon as part of the inaugural launch of Vinyl Fantasy, which is my video game music obsessed series, because I am video game music obsessed.
Huzzah.
So, yeah, with that, I am playing Urash, the half-orc barbarian and devout follower of Tempest, who has just executed an amazing landing with such ferocity that not only did he scare several of the cultists off the side of the boat, but he's so impressed with himself he completely forgot to rescue Greta as she missed the boat. However, that's now been rectified, so we're okay. Everyone's on the boat now. Now we just have to make sure we survive.
I just have to survive. Yeah, it was so good that like it was just the very slow recovery. You hit Captain America and then you just slowly, and Greta's like trying to clamber up and you're still coming out of the pose, like dramatically. But yes,
those poses are hard on your knees. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Poses, man.
Yeah, if you lift too high, you strain your back, and then you're out of it for a while.
Absolutely. You land from a hero pose. You get up too quick, you're gonna get a head rush. You're gonna hurt your knees. All sorts of badness.
Yeah, exactly. That's something you can't do. But yes, I am very excited to see Greta and Urash working together to defeat roughly 1 billion enemies. Not quite that many, but we will see how this all works. And last but certainly not least, of course, we have Tasty Chai, who is usually at these times joined by the baby, but the baby is roaming, I believe, is in Rome. Oh, yep. I see, maybe off to the side. Okay. Hello, baby, roaming to the side. But Chai, how is life in the universe with you, and who are you playing?
Life in the universe are great. The baby keeps face planting because she keeps trying to do downward dog, but she doesn't quite have the coordination. So she just keeps
downward baby.
Yeah, downward baby, and then she goes flunk right into the floor. So far, no tears. That's a great sign. So I'm going with it. Life is good. We're in the process of hopefully moving. We'll see how that goes. People on my channel know all about it because I've been talking all about it because I'm like, oh boy, we bought a farm, which is really exciting for me.
Nice.
But thank you. Anyway, I'm playing River, a silver dragonborn who realized a little late that she is actually a sorcerer and not a tank. And so I got pummeled a little bit, but then swiftly turned invisible. So hopefully now I can resume my sorcery ways and everything will be fine.
Yes, because it is a good point. That invisibility is going to be important, quite significantly important. Actually, one thing I need to double check is to see whether invisibility is a concentration spell, because you've already got a concentration spell going with Sleet Storm. I don't think that it is, but I want to double check. Just very quickly
I'm
before
sure
I do
it's
the
not.
recap.
I'm 100% certain it's not. It's just an on-off switch.
It is concentration, I regret to inform you. So that means turning invisible means the Sleet Storm is gone. Now, the thing about that is, I don't know. I mean, you were at 18 out of 60, out of 42 hit points, so probably weren't going to survive this combat round if you didn't do that. So I think it kind of did the stuff. Maybe it'll even help because then
I'm willing to make at
Yeah.
this point.
yeah, I would say. So we are going to get rid of that Sleet Storm, but we will get rid of nobody else because, chat, I have no doubt that this party will be able to figure out its way through this very, very difficult situation. So let us fire up our music here. A little bit of open ocean going on. All right, there's the open ocean. And, of course, we have some combat music, our naval combat music, which is by the amazing Green Forge Studio.
Totally forgot about this. I'm so excited.
That is, where the heck is the music? Why can I not find it?
This is really good music.
Before this. Oh, yeah, that's why. Before the Storm. Lovely. Wait, no, that's, no. That's not ominous. We need actual combat music. Let's see. This one. There it is. Yay, all right. So there we go. In our last session, this is a pretty easy recap, actually, because what we did in our last session was a lot of fight. Now, one of the great things about 5th edition is that it actually speeds up combat considerably compared to 4th edition, where fights would take routinely 5 to 6 hours to resolve. 4E combat, not efficient. 5E is a lot faster than that. However, in this particular case, this is, I wouldn't call it a boss fight yet, but this is definitely a fight that's got a lot going on because the party has traced its way to this thing which you see sort of floating here on the surface, which is, as I completely forget for a moment the name of it, the Morkoth, yes. Which is the Morkoth, this ship that itself looks vaguely like an enormous squid within a storm. And it is on this ship that looks like a squid that the party has found a number of things. It has found cultists who belong to this Society of the Kraken. They have found apparently some kind of a wizard-like figure. They have found 4 of these Marrow, these sort of angry mermen-like creatures, for want of a better term. And oh, by the way, they have found King Hecaton himself, who it turns out is indeed imprisoned. He is currently right now locked in chains at the very bottom of the hold of this ship. And so the party found all this, but sadly the party also found a bunch of people that, like I said, that are willing to defend, apparently to the death, this giant and to keep him from escaping. And so the party has got several things it has to do. They have to try to free King Hecaton, and they have to survive. And that's not going to be easy when they are already taking a lot of damage. We are currently facing, by my count, 1 wizard, 1 mercenary sort of servant to the wizard, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cultists, by my count, and 4 Marrows versus the 4 people of this party, which is a great party. I mean, they are level 8 and all, but still. And so they have to figure out how to do this. There are, however, and their hit point totals are problematic as a result. Urash, 69 out of 86. That's fine. That's just a scratch. Selsigmar, 28 out of 96. A little more than a scratch. And the reason he has 96 hit points is because he has currently grown to giant size, having consumed the potion that was given to him for this purpose. River, 18 out of 42 hit points, which is why River decided to immediately vanish and turn invisible. And last but not least, Greta, who is at 34 out of 66. Everybody's hurt, some people extremely. A lot of cultists and bad guys goggling at them across this boat, and King Hecaton still imprisoned. But it's the party. I'm sure that inspirations from the chat are incoming. I'm sure that they will be ready to help our intrepid players as they attempt to survive and rescue the giants. And with that, the time has come to hand things back over to the party. And we are at the top of the round, I believe. I think we had just ended so as to make that easier. So I think we are at the top of the round.
Yep.
Which means that they're going to have an opportunity to go before Urash does. So
I would like to point out that I just put 2d10 plus my cleric level of damage into everything inside, and nobody was impressed.
I mean,
I was impressed.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I was definitely
I was
impressed.
definitely
Thank you.
impressed.
What's this light did shine upon us?
Yeah,
Yes, it
absolutely.
did. It dispelled the evil darkness.
Yep. You did
I
like
am
a
sorry,
cleric
Echo.
basically.
I did not have the GOG alerts up. I do have them up now. My apologies. Yes, your Echo subscribed for 48 months, 4 years, 4 years of GOG support. Open up with the soundtrack to
Thank you,
paraphrase.
Echo.
Tickle the subscribe button and see what happens. DRM free, baby. I love GOG. Love the stream team, including previous streamers, because they've helped too to make GOGCom amazing as it is. Quite true. We have an amazing team here. That is quite true. Thank you, Echo. I appreciate that. Okay, so we are here. I am pulling out my books, my guides, and we're ready to go. Okay, so we are going to
Just off to the
begin.
library first.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
You're just off to the family library first.
Yeah, exactly. I just have to find all this stuff initially.
You have
Okay.
2 months to make one of those bookshelves revolve when you pull a book off it, or I'll be very disappointed.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do
I
the
assumed
extra
you already
flex
did
where I
that.
do that with a remote. I just press it. It's like, and it's like, yeah, there we go.
You need a
Oh
remote. for
yes, and then have like an
fireplace.
arm
Yeah.
come out and hand you the book you want.
Or take one of the like a big coin that I handed and give it back.
Yeah.
I have to actually. Well, okay. All right. You know what? I'm only showing you these 2 posters because you brought this up. I have them here. I have them here.
Oh, that's right.
Here.
That's right. It's our fault. Okay. Okay.
Well, since you brought it up, I just
And since you
have
brought it
to
up, I
have.
just have these nerdy
Directly
posters.
relevant.
I'm so jealous of
It's
our
directly relevant. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Poster the first. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition Dungeon Master's Guide. True Leaders Go by the Book. This is from 1989.
Delicious.
They couldn't use that one in Germany.
No, why? Would it do something much
Ah,
worse?
just no.
Okay. So we've got that. And then the other one, this will be especially relevant for next week. Talisman, the Magical Quest game, 2nd Edition, thank you very much. Games Workshop right there. Hell yeah. So we've got that stuff. You're right, I keep finding stuff. I found letters from my dad and all these things. Yeah, I found all kinds of stuff. Anyway, okay, sorry. Apologize for the indulgence. Okay, first to act is this guy Rule, this mercenary figure. Okay, and what he is going to do is the following. Okay. There we go. Lovely. All right. He is going to cast about. Now, he just saw you, River, just vanish from sight. So he's like, and he kind of looks around frantically. And when he turns around and he can see now that the sleet storm has passed, the fact that Selsig is sitting there with looking, giant size. He says, so he snarls a command, something about get the guards to the side. Sounds something like that. And then he is going to, while avoiding Selsig, he's going to jump down this ladder. And he's going to get to about here. Looks like he's headed to the other side, or at least not in the same direction as where you're standing. Okay, that is going to
Just
be...
staying out of range of the giant halfling.
Yes.
I'm not scared. I'm being tactical.
I'm tactically retreating from the giant. Because right now you're not a halfling. You are a doubling. You are how many? You are how many Celsigs? Like what do we describe this as? Like,
Wasn't it 25 feet? I think was the size.
so that's like 8 Celsigs or something. 9.
Something like that, yeah.
I would
Yeah.
like to point out that in the meantime, we also calculated the area of Chai's future farm in square Celsics.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
It's,
Yes, we did.
363,000 square Celsics.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, give or take.
That
give
is a
give or
lot
take
of
half a
Celsics.
I think that is correct. I think it's more about 20,000 square Celsics, but still.
That is a ton of Celsigs. Holy cow. All right, well, that's cool.
Wait, have we got a potion for that? A ton of Celsius?
Actually, yeah, I may have put the wrong number of acres in thinking about it. It was...
Yeah. I think we
Um,
all have the giant potions.
yeah, because
we don't know how to cast tons of Celsius.
that's true. Do not have that ability. But we do have the ability to drop down to Urush in the turn order. Urush, you are up. And
Excellent stuff. So there's two cultists in front of me.
Yes.
Yes.
that's correct.
Okay.
And I believe those
Whoa.
two have been. No, those two have not been hurt. I'm sorry. Those are
Those two have
fresh.
not
The-
been hurt.
Wait,
yeah,
how? They must have taken at least half damage.
Oh, because you hit them right. That's
That was
I
a good point.
no, I take
That
that
is a
back.
good
The what confused me was the fact that the other two were prone on the west side of the boat, but that's because of the sleet storm, and that didn't hurt them. They were just prone. So my fault. Yes. So yes, they have been hurt.
But
I
these
heard
ones that
everybody
are on
in a
the
circle
east
of
side.
30 feet
Yes.
around me.
Yes, many people were hurt by
Like
you,
lots.
Greta.
Yes, please.
Super hurt.
'Cause
That
you
was
got
like a
the-
special
You got one of
spell.
the mermen as well. Didn't you? Yeah, that was like a super spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a save it for a rainy boss fight spell.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got something similar to that I don't know if I want to use yet. So, am I able to talk to Greta during combat?
Sure. I mean, you can say something quickly. Just remember, it has to be done within essentially 6 seconds. So,
Okay, so I'm going to point to the dude in the robe, this guy over here.
Yep.
I'm going to say to Greta, kill him or kill them, and point to the other two.
Okay.
Can I like answer and just
No,
point to
not
the?
your turn.
I take to the. No, I can't.
Nope, not your turn.
Well,
God
you,
damn
you-
it.
well, you just will have to guess.
Right, okay. Well then, I'm not currently in hand-to-hand combat, am I?
You are not.
Not,
I don't
'cause
believe.
the giant crossbow between
'Cause you don't-
me
right,
and
exactly.
the guy. Yeah, okay. So between me and Captain McRobyface, what's between me and McRobe?
The only thing that's between you right now, basically, is there's a railing that would allow you to leap down, if you wish, into this area. And I guess we'll take a look and see how far down that actually goes from the lower deck. Actually, I should be able to know that by going this way. So that's probably...
a million degrees.
Let's see. That is... what's 5?
It's the one
That's
problem
probably
with using
about-
a-
That's probably about 15. Oh, actually, no, because you're on the top one. I take that back. It's probably about 20 feet. That's 20 to 25 feet drop from where you are down all the way to the ground where the red cloaked, presumably wizard, is currently standing.
Yep. So here's what I want to do. Okay.
Okay.
You tell me what I need to roll to do this.
Okay.
I'm going to run past Greta to this point,
Okay.
and then is this stairs
Yes.
right here? So
Yes.
is this stairs straight to the bottom, or is this stairs to a platform that then I have to go down something else?
That's correct, to a platform. But once you get down to the platform's pretty. I mean, it's like 5 feet from the platform down the rest of the way. So
Cool, excellent. I'm gonna run, vault, jump off, and attack Captain Redcloak.
okay. So you're basically doing the type of
Pretty
thing.
much, yeah.
leap
Like
from the
Then I
proper
got a choice.
both-handed, Assassin's Creed style. There's an eagle cawing in the
Yeah.
distance somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if you need to do. I'm going to ask you to make to do all of this. I'm going to ask you to make an acrobatics check. It's not a difficult one,
Okay, can I take athletics instead?
or not athletics. Nope.
God damn it.
Acrobatics or dexterity. Not a difficult one.
Okay.
That's fine.
Like-
More than enough.
Okay, cool.
So you get down there easily and then are able to leap to the attack. So now you can make your attack.
Cool. So I'm going to move myself into kind of combat position with him.
Who is regretting that he
Um,
goes after you, not before you.
We'll regret it in a second. And I'm going to swing with this. Does a
Oh,
crit hit by any chance?
that's
So,
it's called War's End. I want chat to recognize also. War's
so
End.
this is absolutely. So this is the axe that was made for me and consecrated by the Church of Tempest. the reason it's called War's End is because there is an inevitable. That is every Acolyte of Tempest's goal, is to find the end of war. So that's what you are working towards when you're in war, is the inevitable end of war, hence the name.
I love it. So yeah, just straight in the back. All right, critical damage. This is gonna be interesting.
So what happens? Stuff happens when I get a crit. I can't remember what it is because I haven't got a crit in a very long time. Let's have a quick look. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one, you can make one melee attack as a bonus action.
You insta-kill all mages. Like,
yeah, that's the axe getting a new name.
Yeah.
Before you make the melee attack with a heavy weapon with which you are proficient, you can choose to take that's the second aspect of great weapon fighting. So I make a bonus melee attack.
Okay.
And I believe there's also something else as well. Savage attacks is when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time and add it to the extra damage for the critical hit.
Wow. So max damage plus a damage die. And then a bonus attack.
Plus a damage die and then a bonus attack.
No big deal.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So do I have to figure out what my max damage is with this?
You should.
1d12 plus strength, which is actually if I just roll a second, you should tell me.
While raging, I believe.
Oh shit! That's not what I wanted to roll. What does that tell me? That doesn't tell me anything. Bear with me. I've not done combat in a while.
Plus 2 damage plus bonus attack.
5. So 1d12 plus 7, which is 19, plus 2, which is 21. So that's 21.
I think that rage actually the plus 2 damage is calculated in there already. Because you got an 11. Okay. So I'm thinking 7, but so you would get the so 12 plus 7, so it'd be 19. 19 plus the bonus die. So 19.
And my axe is magical, correct?
Yes.
So I get plus 2. So it's 1d12.
Right.
So I need to understand this better. It's 1d12 plus my strength modifier, which is 5.
Right.
So if it's max damage, so that's 12 plus 5 is 17.
And then 2 for your rage.
Axe.
Oh, the magic axe we have to include in there. Okay, so that'll be 19 for the rage.
19.
And another 2 for the magic means 21 damage.
So 21. So it's 21 initially.
And
so
then the bonus die.
Yep, so that's the wabam. So bonus die is just 1d12. 1d12. 1d12 incoming.
All
plus
right.
6.
27 points of damage.
27 points of damage.
Okay.
So that's the first attack. And now I'm going to do another melee attack. And then I'll do the bonus attack, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yep.
It's not okay with him. I mean, like, it's not.
Oh, no.
Not okay.
Well, I don't care about him. Literally, he's the last thing on my
mind
right
okay.
now. This is not okay. I did not ask you. So this is the second swing. Does a 26 hit?
Sure does.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. And whap, 11 points of damage. So that was what, 20... What are we up to now?
So we were at 27.
21. So 27.
Plus 11.
Plus, which
so
is 38.
38 points of damage.
38. So someone keep count. 38 plus, and now the bonus attack, because why not? And does a roll 19 hit.
19 will hit.
19 will hit. Excellent stuff. Let's calculate that. Oh, only 8 points of damage there.
Oh, only 8.
So that brings me to, what was that? 38 plus, so that's 46?
46 points of damage. Good God.
Damage.
All right.
46 opener, people. Hell of an opener.
46 points of damage.
And it should be heard before because I did my spell last time.
Not on him. He was 30 feet is one thing. He was down, remember, and over. So he was not up on the same level as everybody else. I remember that. So he gets obliterated. I mean, he's not killed, but he gets that hurt a lot. And I'm also going to have him try to roll a saving throw because an enormous half orc that slams into him from behind is going to knock him to the deck unless he makes a good saving throw, like especially after taking 46 points of damage on that attack. So Chad, in case you're curious, 46 is a lot.
Yep, that's a lot of damage.
I mean, if Celsic sneak attacks, he does like 70 billion, but that's, because
oh, yeah, no one
if that had been done on me at full health, I would have 1 HP right now.
Yes.
Okay. So he does manage to make his saving throw. So he staggers forward like, with you basically on his back, and kind of, throws you off as best he can.
Mm-hmm.
Turns around, eyes just, like wide, enraged, full of, venom, etc.
Surrender or die. Your choice.
Let's see. And now what is he going to do? Because he's got a lot of stuff to do. Let's see. Okay. So, he looks at you with anger and fury. Since
Wouldn't
he
have it
goes
any other
next.
way.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you where you want to move because you did all your movement to actually get there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm not moving.
He moves
I am
his
exactly where I need
So
to
he
be.
moves his arm and hands around in a complicated pattern, and suddenly everything around you stops, and all of you just sort of are frozen in time and space while he continues to move. And I would say River would probably recognize this, because you can sense things, you just can't do anything in that time, as Time Stop, which is a hugely powerful spell, which means this guy is no joke, which might have been expected. Okay, let's see. So, he is going to... Okay. So he starts doing a lot of maneuver, talking and, just casting stuff. And he does this stuff. Tries to do something to you, Urash. We don't know what exactly that is yet. Casts another spell on you at the same time. Let's see.
Bring it, quick boy.
Okay. So casts a total of 3 spells. So when time again resumes its shape, what you notice is the following. First of all, he appears on one of the large, sort of, I guess I would say, I don't know what those are, fins, basically, on the bow of the ship here, on the prow of the ship, I should say. So he's out here. So he teleports out of the way. Secondly, he casts a very powerful spell as cold comes rushing at you in this just rush of this rush of frost that he casts upon you. Now, fortunately, this is actually going to avoid Greta because Greta is up above it, but it is not going to avoid, sadly, Urash. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Urash.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Yep, saving throw. There we go. That is a 19.
19.
No, 19.
Let's see. That is, as I consult my
Also,
various
just as
things.
a swift reminder, I have a massive note on my character sheet that says, "Tell Arv if I take cold damage." So because
Oh,
of
you're
my-
taking cold damage.
Yep.
So,
So I have fluffy cold damage something boots that I never got identified.
yes. Those are, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's
Yeah, me
actually
too.
that's actually super helpful. Okay.
In keeping me alive.
Okay. So, let's see. So he's going to do that. Right. Okay. So, you are going to take, so you have, I can't find his, pardon me, I'm trying to find the DC that he's got to beat. Let's see. That save does not make it. Because he is no joke. Okay. You are going to take, and I am super glad you have those boots. Under normal circumstances, you would take 46 points of damage as you are impacted by this cold. However, and I don't know that rage actually affects. Does that affect damage from all sources, or is it
All damage apart from psychic damage.
Okay, so
It's
then
not- it's not
it
rage, it's
would
the
drop
totem
down to
spirit
23. Because you are wearing what these are, and I believe these are either boots of winter, although I may be getting it mixed up with the ring of winter. I'm pretty sure that these are boots of cold resistance, which means that you're actually only going to take half of that. So you will end up taking about 12 points of damage when all is said and done, which is pretty good considering the circumstances.
Slight chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had worse, but
The third, however, spell that he cast on you may be a little more difficult. So, I need you, please, to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Well, if a 19 didn't make it, an 8's not going to make it.
No. You feel your flesh beginning to harden. You are
God.
restrained at the moment. And in case people are curious about the effect of restrained, restrained basically restricts movement. And as I pop up my thing, restrained means your speed is 0. You can't benefit from bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So you are restrained. You're going to need to make another con saving throw at the end of each of your turns. And I will tell you that this is going to get worse without saves. So just be aware that you can feel this languor kind of beginning to harden the flesh upon your body, because this dude does not want to mess with your nonsense, is apparently the way he sees it.
He's looking to take me out of the fight immediately.
Yep.
Understandably, because I did exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's like, no, my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it is the cultist's turn. And so the cultists are going to go running in. We're going to start on the right with Greta. The two that are right there are going to, because you're down on the ground, I don't think they're going to go after you. I think they're going to attack Greta. Also because Greta hurt them a lot, and they were like, "This is not a good idea." Okay, that's not what I need. Sorry, too many books, and everything is in a different setup since we moved. Things here with the stuff. Okay, that's fine. So they'll be in here. So they're going to come at you. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So this one is going. Both of them are going to come running at you with daggers in hand, Greta. And they are both going to attempt to attack you. And they attack very quickly, actually. Each of them is able to make an attack. So let's see. So we have got a 9 and a 21 to hit from one.
Yeah, the 21 does hit.
Okay, and then we have
The 9 does not.
a 6, a 5, and a 6 with the other one. So that was useless.
Yeah,
so we got the
no,
one hit.
no, but the 21 will hit.
Okay, so that is going to be 6 points of damage to you, Greta.
Okay.
Okay, and those two are
Okay.
now engaged with you. Not engaged to you, engaged with you. Okay. Now, these ones who are on the ground are, in fact, going to run away from the big giant and towards the one that they see. Pantsless Aaron, D&D, woo! Subscribe for 7
Hey,
months.
Aaron.
It's a 3-month gift. Thank you, Pantsless Aaron. Thank you so much.
It's an awesome time to do a shout out because we're gonna have a very special edition of our trivia game show, the GOG Showdown, this Sunday. I am not sure about the time zone thing at this point in time. I will figure this out. But it's going to be Sunday evening for EU people and Sunday afternoon for US people if you're on the East Coast, I think. And you can actually, and those people in chat who have 50k channel points or more can actually send in questions, difficult ones, please. There's a description for that below the streaming window, and there's a showdown command, like !showdown, which also mentions that. So please send in your questions, make things difficult, because we're facing the stream team against the GOG employees.
While that was going on, so thanks, Pencils Aaron. In the meantime, we have multiple cultists that are going to be attacking you, Urash, using the super brave let's attack a guy while he's restrained. So they have every one of their attacks has advantage, but you'll be happy to know that one of the two attacks of this one missed terribly. The other one, though, is a 21, which I'm going to guess hits.
Just about make it.
All right. That's only going to be 3 points of damage, which means 2 points of damage rounded up. So that means we're looking at 55 on the rage. Now the other one's coming in. And they're going to attack twice with advantage each time. Okay. One is a critical hit and the other one is a 20, but not natural.
Both hit.
Okay. That is going to be another 12 points of damage, halved, which means 6 on that one.
Yep.
And then the third one, super brave guy, is going to do the same thing. Let's see, 16? Does that hit?
Yes.
All right, and obviously 19 is going to hit.
Yes.
So that is 4 and 5. So that's 9 points of damage, which is reduced to 5 because half. So you were down to 44, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, and you know what else we didn't do? Can you do me a favor now, Rush? You needed to do another con save because you have still been poisoned. So you did save out of it. Okay, good. So that's fine. So you are no longer poisoned. You are restrained. You have all these other things going on, but at least you're not that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Meanwhile, the other cultists are going to try to get around the body. They're not going to get there though. This one's here. Now this other one, actually, wait a minute. Where is he coming from? Here? No, he's not going to do that because then he could get attacked. So they're going to go in and try to attack Selsig as best they can. So they will do the 2 attacks. We have a 14 and a 21, Selsig.
21 hits.
Okay. Only 3 points of damage.
Okay.
On that first one. And actually, I had you at 28, so... oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right, yes. So, what are you at now out of 96? 28?
25?
25, rather?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you were at 28, yeah. Okay, so we've got that. And we got these guys. The second one is going to attack you and miss, I think, horrifically unless a 12 hits.
Nope.
Okay, so both of them miss. All right, these ones stand up. They are no longer prone. No longer prone. Okay. Unfortunately, they have nothing to aim at, these two that stood up. So instead, they're going to take up positions here. I should say this one moving out of the way, River, theoretically would incur an attack of opportunity, but if you take it, you're going to be revealed, and I'm guessing you'd rather not show up at the moment. So I'm guessing you're going to let him go? Okay. So these two are like, what the heck? So they're all going to do... These things are going to move this way. All right. So they're going to move over here. The only one that can get to anybody else is the one attacking Selsig, who is going to try to do so, again, with the dagger. And we've got, oh man, 23 with one, crit hit on the other.
Ouch.
Dang. So that's 4. So that's 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Selsig. So getting a little dicey, so to speak.
Arv, the next time
Yes.
one of my friends within 30 feet of me gets attacked, I need a heads up before you do the attack roll.
Okay, sounds good. The only one, right now, there is actually no one, because let's see, 10, 15. Yeah, at the moment, I guess technically Urash is within 30 feet of you at the moment. But nobody else is. But yes, I will keep that in mind. Okay, that is going to lead us to Selsig. Now, Selsig, before you do anything, you have to make a con save because you were also poisoned
Yes, indeed.
by these jerks.
14.
14. Let's see. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. I was like, why don't I not have the information? Not enough. So, that means you are going to take a total of 3 points of poison damage.
Oof.
And you remain poisoned until you can make that save. Having said that, finally, you actually get to do stuff. Do you want to, like, arm sweep everybody away? So anyway. And you're in between the legs of Hecaton, who's, you know, at the moment is down there chained, looking up.
Yeah. Can I, like, look at the chains as a free action to just get a quick assessment of how sturdy they look?
Yes, you can. Under normal circumstances, you think these chains would probably be difficult, but you have to say it would probably help to the fact that you're a giant. And so the other thing is, do you have any magic weapons or anything like that?
I do indeed.
Because they're glowing a little bit. So if you had to guess, these are probably magical of some kind, but you know that chains are vulnerable. They can be broken if you use weapons, and presumably magical chains with magical weapons.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, before we do that, I will use my bonus attack from 2-weapon fighting to attack the wounded cultist with my masterwork rapier.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be, hang on, let me go down to my notes. That's going to be 1d20 plus 10.
Morale check for the cultists older than you. I don't think they're quite in that position yet. I'm pretty confident the party would make morale checks, but they're...
Does 22 hit the wounded cultist?
Yes, does indeed.
It does indeed. Good. Good.
Excellent.
Well, that's going to do 1d8 plus 1 damage.
Okay.
With no ability modifiers for me because it's my offhand weapon. And that's going to do 7 points of damage.
Okay, so 7 total. This one is looking quite hurt now. Not dead, but very hurt.
And then looking at the chain, I am, well, going to take a wild stab in the dark and I'm just going to poke it with my gambler's rapier, leaving a nice giant rainbow arc through the air as I do so.
I love it. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okie dokie.
Excellent pun, by the way. Excellent pun.
1d20 plus 10 coming up against a stationary, immobile, non-living target. It does 24 hits the stationary
It dodges.
chain.
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, you hit it successfully, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, here comes the fun part. 1d8 plus... Hang on, let me because I can use my strength plus my proficiency. So that is going to be 1d8 plus 10. 7 from my damage. And 3 from my proficiency? Yes. So that's going to be an extra 10 damage on top of 7 for 17 damage to the magical chain with my magical weapon.
It bursts open, and the chain snaps. Now, I want you to make a perception check for me when this happens.
Okie dokie. Hang on, where did I put my
It's just a
perception
half one.
checks? There we go. 18.
Yep. When this thing pops off, you think you see his right leg, which is the one that just popped off, move a little.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good. Very good, sir. It just so happens I, on top of still having my move, have my cunning bonus action, which
Okay.
I will use to disengage.
Okay. Cunning move. I love that you cunningly, as a giant, you're like, whoa.
I cunningly step over them. Hi.
I cunningly shadow of the Colossus somehow out of the way. All right.
So I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
And then use my move action to head over to here.
Okay. She's like standing over his side, basically.
Are they actually standing on Hecaton?
They are, yeah. Though this one is right, not quite. They're right in front. I would say that Celsic is basically like.
Careful.
Yeah, like right on the side, so like is right next to the hold. There's not a lot of room to maneuver, and in fact, if you try to make dexterity checks out of here, it probably would be a problem because he's right up against the wall. But at the moment, is not standing on them; they're standing around them.
And those cultists, they're near Urash. What are they standing on?
They're standing on the floor. They're right next to Urash.
Okay.
Yep.
Just asking because just in case the spell needs an unoccupied square, I'm not sure how that giant counts.
Yeah. No, they are in front there.
Just
If
do
I
it
could
on
zoom
me,
in even
it'll be
further,
fine.
I
I
would.
don't take half damage.
I also love this whole turn, Triffid. Okay, so good stuff out of Celsig. That was good things. Now, let's see.
Celsig.
Narrow it is
Good.
the Marrow's turn. The Marrows at the moment are not in a great situation. Marrows are not going to be... Okay, they're going to disappear, and you see two of them appear on this side, and this one moves up here. So you've now got two on each side. They can't really see over the railing to chuck a harpoon, so I think they're going to stay where they are at the moment. Okay, River, that leads to you. You are currently invisible, and you have what you tried to do, which was to keep people from attacking you, has worked so far. But you can see that one of the chains has been broken. You can see that Urash is in trouble. You also saw, I would say, you felt the same time effect that everyone else did. So you probably would recognize that that's a powerful spell, whatever that was just cast. What would you like to do?
Well, so I'm in a pickle because if I do anything, I become visible. I guess not anything, but the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So I need to get to a strategic spot before I do anything.
Seems reasonable.
So that seems sort of impossible. Because I've got the two guys right in front of the stairs, and then there aren't stairs on the other side.
You could clamber up here if you wanted. I mean, it's, you know, it's obviously not going away from the rest of your party, but it is getting you out of the way of the cultists.
Getting out of the way is good. Would that be like unstable though? Because it's like we're in a windy tempest.
No, it's not so much that it's unstable. It's that it might be an issue for. I mean, you become. Whenever you do something, you'll become a more obvious target once you become visible again. I will say also, you could go on this side and like jump down like over the railing, because they won't. Since you're invisible, they wouldn't notice. But you are going to have to make a check to make sure that you don't land on your face when you do that. So.
My checks have not favored me. I will totally land on my face. So let's do that.
So let's do that. Okay.
Tonight's your night, River. I believe in you.
Exactly.
This is the destined turn. You can't. There's no screwing this up. We're all touched by fate right now.
And remember that there are people in chat with inspirations that can help people, as Echo has pointed out. So, where are you trying to end up in the end, River? Like,
I am trying to end up over by Hecaton so I can assist with the chain removal. That's what I'm going with.
So probably somewhere in there. So let's see.
Yeah, somewhere right around there, but like around cultists.
So if you're gonna do that, then I would say, yeah, let's at that spot is where I'm gonna have you make the check. So I'm gonna have you make here, call out, and I shall inspire. Well, I will let the players decide if they want to do that. So you'd be making an acrobatics check here, or dexterity if you don't have that. So the question is whether or not you want to take an inspiration from Echo / anybody else. What do you want to do?
How many feet is it down? Like, is it veritable face smashing, or is it like ow my nose?
It's about, I think we said 15 minutes. It's about 20 feet down to the bottom, which is, that'll hurt. I mean, it won't kill you, but it will hurt if you miss it. That's what Urash just did, except he 300'd it into the back of the creature.
He did
it helps to use someone as a cushion.
Yes,
I did it on
exactly.
purpose.
A soft cloak
landing.
too, like soft, robe.
Yeah, unfortunately, those cultists are too far away to use them as a cushion. Otherwise, I totally would.
Listen, if you could just make a 30-foot broad jump, I don't see what the problem is. Like,
right? I should just be able to do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's just do standard. Oh, I should have done the inspiration.
Oh no.
Dang it.
So yeah, you're like, oh, and as you get over, you clang onto the ground. Now the biggest issue with this, well, there are two issues. The first is that you are going to take some damage. The second issue is that you are prone. Because you just landed on your face.
I'm pronely invisible, so
Yeah. So all somebody hears is like, oh, like the cultists look around, like what? But they don't see you.
There's a lot going on right now. No one's gonna notice. It's fine.
Yeah, everyone's a little busy. You are going to take 8 points of damage as you land on your face, which means you are now at 10 of 42. But the good news is you're down there now. So
You successfully did what you wanted to do.
yeah. So basically, if you're going to double move, is what the equivalent of what this would be. You could stand up again. Then, if you wish, River. The only other thing you could do is try to like shoot at the chain from a kneeling position or something. Which is one thing you could do because it's going to use up your move. If you just stand up again, that's your turn. So,
Yeah, I think standing's fine because
Okay.
I'm invisible, and I'd rather be in a position where I could move should I need to.
Okay. Speaking of that, I need you to make a concentration check for me, which means I'm going to need you to make a con save to make sure you maintained your concentration when you hit the ground, hit the deck. This could be a place where inspiration would help, yes. Inspiration. Chanel number 5.
All right, fine. I'll be inspired.
Echo has inspired River.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, so that time I rolled just fine. Now I feel stupid using it.
Well, listen, I mean,
I know it happens to me every time.
it's true. It never seems to be quite in sync, right? Ration for Echo. Thank you, Echo. Okay, so just making a note that I have to do that back on my own channel. Okay, great. So, yes, you are able to maintain it. So you remain invisible. So you're able to enjoy the well, maybe you're not enjoying it because you're still in pain, but otherwise you would be enjoying the confused looks on the cultists who still have no idea where you are. Okay, that is the end of your turn, and that is going to lead us, last but certainly not least, to Greta, where there's a whole bunch of stuff going down. Cultists, giants, time stops, everything.
This is fine.
This is fun.
So the red-robed guy, how
Yes.
many feet away is he?
Let's see. I would calculate that as being from you probably. Thank you, Eye of Grumsh, for following GOG.
It's now going to be something like 35, right?
No, I don't think so. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. No, I would say he's 30. I would say he's 30 because he's probably up about 5 and then out about 20, about 5. Yeah, because you're only really, because we're zoomed in a lot, you're only really about 5 feet from the railing and then up. Yeah, 30, I would say.
Yeah, and he looks a bit hurt, right?
Yes. He doesn't look close to death, but he got smashed. Not all that
That's
red is
bad
the color of
these
his robes, if you know what I'm saying.
No.
Okay. So I think of, let me see. Oh, well, the fireball actually has a really big range. Okay. Duration instantaneous. Yeah, that looks good. Well, let's fireball him.
Okay. I want you to be aware that as you cast this, and you can do it, you're going to incur attacks of opportunity from the cultists right next to you.
Let me know. Let me know when they do.
They are. So, like,
Okay, then they are both getting doing that on disadvantage because I will now use up what I've never done before. But I looked it up before the stream.
okay.
I'm using up my warding flare.
Ooh, tell us about the warding flare.
So the warding flare is actually something that I had since first level, and I'm really sorry. So
I remembered something, everyone.
yes. You can interpose divine light between yourself and an attacking enemy.
Oh,
When
sweet.
you're attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll, causing light to flare before the attacker before it hits or misses.
I love it.
An attacker that can't be blinded is immune to this feature. And since the 6th level, I can also do that for other people. That are
That's only
Oh, really?
30
2
away
levels,
from me.
It's fine. It's fine.
I just realized that I missed one of the cultists because you were on top of them. So there should have been a third.
Oh, that one
cultist.
is broken.
Yeah, sure.
See.
That's fine though. So now, does this warding flare only affect one? It's only going to affect one of them, right? Because
Well,
technically, all of them can get attacks on you because they're
I
all engaged
can
with you.
do this. How often? Let me see.
Because you're only going to get one reaction in a turn, so you're not going to be able to
okay,
react
well
multiple
then-
times.
But okay, but then I still have some over. So
Oh
I'll
yeah,
just
yeah. It's
use-
much better than not doing
then,
it for
then,
sure.
then I'll use them on more. But still, I've seen what that red robe guy can do, and I think it's worth taking him out.
I think that
Get
makes
him off
sense.
the board
One
and
of them, only one of them is going to hit. The other ones, like the flare, actually, the guy is blinded before he can hit you, and he would have hit you otherwise.
So fireball.
So that means he's going to hit you. Let's just quickly calculate that. That's going to be 3 points of damage
Yeah,
to
but,
you,
1 moment, I need to do this. Okay, got it.
and now you can fireball away.
So that is. A target takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save. It's a dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC that he's trying to hit?
I think it's 14.
Guess who definitely didn't make that?
And,
with his
the-
6.
Okay, so 8d6 of damage for red robe guy. Wait, 8d6, not 68. One moment. 8d6.
Beautiful.
8d6. There we go.
I see a lot of
26
5s.
points of damage for him.
26 points of damage. He does not like that at all.
I
Just,
love the idea that
explodes
he's
around
just
him.
moved. Yeah, he's moved out of the way because he's just got an axe to the back of the shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's just sort of like, ha, got ya. Or, oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit of a pity that there wasn't like only 20 feet between me and him, because then I would have gotten all the cultists, because it's a 20 feet sphere of fire.
He
But-
did not like it though. He is still alive, but you can see his robe still smoldering, and he's like, "Arr!" Seems very displeased. Good stuff, Greta. Now
If there's anybody in 20 feet around him, they also get hit just the same.
there are not. It's because
Oh,
he's
well.
just out on the ship by himself. Unfortunately, the Marrow are down and in the water.
I've heard about invisible people.
Yes, he said the 5 invisible giants are all like, but no. All right,
You
that
wonder
was
why the boat was leaning.
good stuff. Yeah, exactly. They all show up.
So I used up one warding flare. I need to note this down.
Okay, that was a useful wording flare for sure. Now, Greta, you technically have a movement that's left to you, which you could still take if you wish.
Yeah, and then I would take like 3 attacks of opportunity.
They have already taken their attacks of opportunity against you, so you could actually shift back out of the way. Like, I mean, you could like vault over the railing, although that's dangerous. You could move close to the railing, which is fine. Or moving forward, you can't do because they're blocking you. But so you could shift back, or you could jump the railing, or you could stay where you are.
Well, I could also jump down to where Urash is and Celsik is and all of that,
You could
right?
do that. Would have to
Because-
make an acrobatics check, or the dexterity check, just like everybody else.
Well,
but-
I'm a dwarf. My dexterity is awesome. We all know that.
You sure you don't want to cast Fireball and just like get caught in a cushion of fire that'll gently lower you to the ground?
Let's see if that makes sense to get closer to them. But no, I will need to do another range attack on Red Robe guy next turn, I guess. Oh, I fear. So I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Sounds reasonable. Okay, that's going to bring us up to the top. I would like, who am I going to have make this check? I guess I would like all 4 of you, please, to make a perception check for me as we begin this round of combat, please.
Reception. Pow.
27.
Okay.
I'm very aware that I'm turning into stone.
You're like, I'm feeling not very well.
I cannot move my neck.
I'm distracted.
And then River, we'll see what happens when Chai gets back.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Urash, you are like, I don't know, but Celsig, you sure do. Through the storm, you hear this strange cry. You don't know what it is. It sounds vaguely like a call of like a bird or something, but you hear something like echoing through the distance. And River, I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
The eagles are coming.
The eagles are coming. No. No eagles.
Glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that you also can hear very faintly in the sort of rush of the tempest around the ship, this weird, like, bird call is almost what it sounds like, but very loud and piercing and not like a bird that you've typically heard before. Sounds vaguely familiar, but you don't exactly know why. Okay, that is going to bring us up to this dude who is going to come this way. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can he get there? No. So, okay. So he is going to get up on this platform. He still can't get to you yet, but he's clearly heading for you, Greta, at least from what you can tell. Urash, it is your turn, and at the beginning of your turn, I'm going to need you. Let me see as to when this thing changes. I have 600 windows. Okay. Let's see. Okay, at the end of this turn, you're going to have to make a con saving throw.
Okay.
So, but in the meantime, your speed is 0. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, but you can attack, and you have a bunch of cultists around you.
So I have disadvantage on attack rolls, but I can attack.
Correct. And if you were to get advantage for some other reason that would cancel out, obviously that disadvantage would just be a straight roll then.
Yes. Yes, so I'm going to use my reckless attack ability, which basically says you attack with fierce desperation, apt in this situation.
Yes.
When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn, but attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn.
And they have advantage against you anyway, so this is very
Yeah,
smart.
so-
They can't get double advantage, so
Yeah.
good call.
Unless that's a new rule, in which case I don't do that.
Double secret advantage. No, that's not the case.
Double DM advantage.
So yes, you can now feel free to go ahead and attack.
So these are now just straight attack rolls now, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. I mean, like, with your bonuses and everything, but I just mean not advantage.
Yeah,
It's just
just not a disadvantage
Correct.
or an advantage. It's just normal attack rolls. Cool. So I need to zoom in because it's a target-rich environment right now.
you got 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the one here, basically. I don't know if you can see that one.
Yes, I can see it.
The one closest to Hecton's forehead.
Okay,
Probably the best way I can describe it. I'm gonna attack him first, and then move in a clockwise direction,
sounds like a plan.
depending on how this goes. 23.
Hit.
Hit. Fantastic. Damage-wise,
Oof.
19.
Wow. Okay. That hurts a
hang on.
lot.
Let me just check that damage a second, because that in brackets on that turn order thing says rage equals +2 damage, but I don't know if that's added to. No, I haven't added that. So that's if I'm raging. So it's 21, not.
So it's 21. Okay. That person is very badly hurt. Not dead, but you like one shot, like a big slash. The other two look a little nervous. I think they were feeling kind of smug. They're like, oh, and then they're like, wait.
Nah, this guy's easy prey now. Oh,
Exactly.
really? Flank.
I am using Roll20, older than you. Yes, we are. It's the Spanish
Cool, so
Inquisition.
Yeah. Second attack. I'm going to attack the same guy.
Same guy. Okay.
Same guy. Because if he's not looking well, then he's not looking well. It's a 25 to hit.
Yes, sure hits.
And wallop. So that would be a 15.
Brutal
15 for the
technique.
damage.
Yeah, you just destroy him. Just one slash,
Excellent.
second slash. Just a spray of blood as his torso separates from his body. And
Cool. Fantastic
Yeah.
stuff. On that moment, great weapon fighting stipulates that on my turn, if I score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce the creature to 0 hit points with 1, I can make 1 melee attack as a bonus action.
Okay. Yep. This would certainly
So
qualify.
I'm
Not a
gonna
critical
swing
hit, but
round.
you reduced them to 0, so for sure.
Yep. So I reduced from 0. Essentially, the axe went through. War's End went through him and potentially hits the person next to him.
I love it.
That's thematically that's how that happened. So the hit just carried on. So the person next to him is gonna get a 24 to hit.
Again, a hit. Man.
Excellent stuff. And that's gonna be 9, 10, 11.
11 points of damage. Okay. Still. Okay, so
As
that
a-
person
as
is
a
also hurt.
tertiary glance. That's not a bad hit.
So good stuff. All right,
Oh,
that was. You had one more attack yet, or
No, that's it. That's
Okay.
those are my 2 attacks and my bonus attack.
and your bonus
because
attack.
of
So now I
points
need
of
you to
all.
make that con saving throw for me, please.
Yes. Con saving throw. That is a despicable 7.
Yeah. Unfortunately, what that means is, that is a fail, and you can see that your skin is beginning. It's not. You're still restrained, but it's hardening further, and you can see there's kind of your skin is gray anyway, but it's starting to turn an unhealthy sort of gray, as
Great.
your skin is hardening further.
Okay. Can I shout as a free action?
Sure.
Yep. So I'm just, because I don't know if anybody knows that this is happening to me, I'm going to say my skin is hardening. I think I'm turning to stone.
Okay. All right. You can definitely say that.
Yep.
And your compatriots would be able to hear it. And that leads to finally this guy, who has been waiting for their
Oh,
turn.
God,
All right.
Red Wizard of Go Screw Yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Okay. Is going to cast. Can't do time stop again. Too bad. Such a fun spell. All right. Instead,
I mean, again, who is this?
I'm just kidding. He can't actually do it. Okay. So let's see. All right, he casts something, and you see a shimmering barrier of some kind that circles around him. Greta, since you're looking right at him, it is some kind of barrier around him. You can't tell exactly what, but he's clearly shielded himself in some way. And let's see. Ta-da! Shield. Okay. All right. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so that's that. And then is going to move further back, basically right to the edge. From this spot, actually, the storm is not that far away from him, so, you know, his robe whips wildly as he sort of, stares and glares at you and shouts vengeance. Okay, that is going to lead us to all the other bad guys. All right, 3 of them are going to attack Greta, first of all, with these multiple attacks that I've mentioned before.
Warding flare.
Yes, so Warding Flare on the first one.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Or if one of them looks more intelligent than the others, I take that one for the warding flare.
The other one, okay, so with that Warding Flare, the one's going to have a 13 instead of a 19, which means I think that's going to be a miss, right?
Yes, that's a miss then.
Okay, then we have a 16 and a 9 for the 2 attacks on the other one.
Yep, doesn't hit either.
Okay. And a 15 and a 20 on the last attack. Not a natural
the 20 hits. The 20 hits.
All right, that is going to be 5 points of damage.
Okay.
From that last one. Okay. The 2 cultists are down in the area now. They have a bit of a problem. They are going to attack... well, they don't have... do you have an ability that allows you to do an attack of opportunity when they melee attack somebody else, Selsig? I don't think that this is going to be an issue because I think that's not... You don't have anything specific to that, but...
No.
Warding flare can do that.
Oh, that's true. Can you... Oh, you can ward... Yeah, but you can't do... Again, you can only do 1 reaction per turn, though, Parent. You already did your reaction to use Warding Flare on the one who attacked you. Which was good, because they didn't hit you. But... okay. So, the 2 are going to attack still the immobilized half-orc. So, we have got a 20... A 23
Yes.
and an 11.
23 definitely hits.
Okay,
The
and then
minute
we
you said
have
20,
a-
I was like, yep.
Then we have a 22 and an 18.
Yeah, they both
So
hit.
it's 3 total hits? All right.
Yep.
So 5, 10, 15. Okay. So that is a total of 15 points of damage, halved, which makes it down to 8. So 36 now you're down to, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, they do
Doing
that. Heading over to the west, we still have these cultists going this way. They are probably... I still don't know that they want to go running after Selsig. Say they're probably going to, like, do this, the classic, I'm going to surround you from an enormous distance and think that matters. Okay, this one's going to drop down here.
We have you hemmed in.
You're totally surrounded. He's going to go here. This one is going to stay on the wheel. Okay, and that is going to lead us to Selsig. Selsig, I need you to make a con save for me, please. Or try
Yes. I was not looking forward to that. Then I rolled a 19.
to. Hey, look at that. Someone is no longer poisoned.
I got better.
You're not fooling anybody. Okay. Lovely. All right. So you're good. Well, I mean, you know, you're very hurt, but, you know.
Yes, I am.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Okay.
The 2 cultists, by the way, are completely focused on with all the noise. They may not
Yes.
even know you're there. With Urash, so no one is
One's
paying
wounded,
attention to you or the
one's
chains
not.
or any of that stuff.
Yeah, one's wounded, one's not, correct?
Right.
How badly wounded does one that's wounded look?
So one of them, well, one of them is actually dead. You know, got a big solid hit in, not close to death as of yet.
Okay, so the healthy-looking one, I'm going to use my bonus action and sneak attacking with my Masterwork Rapier,
Okay.
my offhand weapon.
Okay.
Okay, so that's, again, that's going to be 1d20 plus 10. 21.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
Here comes the pain.
Yep. I await it.
Roll them dice. Roll them dice, man. Roll
So
them
it's
dice.
1d8 plus 1 plus 4d6. Right, so let's do the. How many was it? Ah, there it is. 1d8 plus 1 first. So that's 5
Okay.
plus 4d6. So I was thinking about it. 16 total.
Okay. 16 total. Now extremely hurt. Not
Oh,
dead.
that was against the unwounded one.
Oh, I'm a big pardon then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So,
setting Urash up here. Let's hope we can follow through.
yeah, that still is.
Thanks, man.
That's that was a big hit. They're like, oh, what? So yes. Okay, you did that.
Then with a rainbow flourish, I stab down at the chain underneath my feet.
Let's see that attack happen.
Okie dokie. That is again another 1d20 plus 10. Hang on, let me reset my Godifier.
You're what?
Plus- Godifier.
Your Godifier?
Godlike modifier.
Godifier.
Does 15 hit the chain?
Sure does. Helps to have a stationary
Okay.
chain.
It does, yes. Right, so that's going to be another 1d8 plus 10, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right. For 16 points of damage.
Snap. Now that you know what to look for, you can see Hecaton's right arm moves as well.
Hecaton's waking up! I yell.
A lot of the cultists look around. They are not pleased to hear that.
And then I'm going to use my disengage and shift over to here.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah, that giant. They've been doing
You are
serious
the man.
work.
You are a machine right now.
Okay. Let's see. The marrows now. This marrow over here is going to try to hit you with a miracle harpoon shot because you are visible over the as a giant. You are visible. Actually, wait. Let me think about that though. I'm not sure about that. You're at the bottom of a hold, which is 20 feet below the railing. You're probably not 20 feet tall. You're not that big as a giant, I don't think. I need to find. Right, hold on a second. 'Cause they're not
What's
going to
the
throw
actual
wildly.
potion?
I'm sorry. Say again.
What's the actual potion?
I believe it's giant growth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did distribute one to everybody before we began the mission.
Yep.
Just thought I'd bring that up for no reason.
Actually, it is. You are just about. You are about a foot over the railing, so they're going to try. They're still going to get disadvantage. This is not a great shot when they're throwing up from the water, but this one is going to try to hit you. Her from Hell's Heart. Yeah, misses wildly. Not even close. Goes flying over the ship, and you hear what you assume is cursing in Marrow. It cries in Marrow. All right, and that is going to lead us to River, who is down on the ground and invisible. More like a Yao Ming giant.
I will try really hard to tell you what I want to do. Okay. He caught that chain. I thought that right there on his wrist was a chain.
No,
Is
there's like 1, 2. So there's like 1, 2,
okay.
3, and then 4. So this chain is not cut, and
Okay.
this chain over here is not cut.
Okay. I also needed to ask you. I have the ice shard that was given to me, and I mean, that seems like a magical something to hit things with, right?
Reasonable. I need to remember who gave. Where did we get the ice shard from?
That's what I'm trying to remember as well. It was during one of your side events.
The side events. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, okay. I think I know what that is. Yes. You could certainly try that.
Okay, so I was gonna try to finagle my way over here, and if I could reach that chain from there, I'm worried I can't.
You can. I think you can reach it. I just want you to know that when you do this, you'll become visible.
I know I will.
Okay.
And I don't love that. But I'm also on the other side of a big giant leg, so that kind of helps.
True. Provides cover, presumably.
You are not helping. You know that? So then I will try to smash the ice shard into that chain.
Okay. So go ahead and make an attack then. This is going to be, I would say, like a just a basic attack. Add your strength to it.
So add my 0 to it.
Add your 0 to it. And probably, I would say add +2. There are some magical properties to this.
Okay.
Boy, you needed it too. Yeah, you just hit it.
Oh, yay!
So now what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to roll damage on 2 levels. I'm going to ask you to roll 1d8, and then you would add your strength, which would be 0. But then you're going to roll another 1d8, which is cold damage.
Crit. The second one was a crit, the cold damage.
So that's 11. So you smash it now. The ice shard blows up, but the chain blows up too. And also you are revealed. So in a shower of ice, suddenly a very wounded dragonborn appears, and the cult is like, huh? As the third. And you can see from right where you are that Hecaton's left leg moves. So there's only
Awesome.
one chain remaining.
Great.
So you moved about 5 feet to get to there. Where do you want to, or I'll say 10 feet because you had to go up on the leg. So what do you want to do with the rest of your movement? Do you want to like...
I want to get behind his other leg.
Okay.
Like hop over there.
back up? I think I'll allow you to do that. See, like roll over his other leg. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Good stuff. Greta, you are up.
So we're getting like, I've not done this much magic before, so if I see this correctly, I can do an action and a bonus action in a turn, right?
Right.
So I can do a spell that takes a bonus action and a spell that takes
Sure.
an action.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Unless
This
they're both
is-
concentration, in which case you couldn't.
Nope,
Like,
none of them are.
all right.
So, which one of my friends that I can see from up here, because I should have a good view of them, does anybody of them looks in danger of dropping dead?
I mean, River sure does. The question is whether you can get something to her over a giant Celsig, multiple, creatures, and she's
Definitely
hiding.
bleeding, Celsig.
And she's hiding behind a leg. Celsig is also looking pretty hurt for a giant. And frankly, and so is Urash. I mean, to be honest with you, everybody's really badly hurt.
We've had bad days.
Yeah.
Sorry, people, it's only gonna be one of you right now. It's, I'm
fine
sorry.
health-wise.
Do
Like, if I
whoever,
had
do
to-
somebody who's
Yeah.
closest, because I am not worth the effort at this point.
Oh!
I'm not
Well,
doing enough damage.
Oh,
I
Wow.
can keep hiding behind a leg.
Uraj has the death ward on him, so I'll give a healing word to Celsig. It's a level 1 spell that I'm doing at level 2.
Okay, what's the two things? What's the range on that, first of all?
60 feet.
Okay, and secondly, be aware that, again, this is going to be attack of opportunity on this.
There's nothing I can do.
I know.
against
No,
that.
I mean, I
I'm-
totally agree with you.
so
This
it's
is the only thing you
2d
can do, I think.
2d4 plus my spell casting ability modifier, which I have no clue which one it is, but it should be my wisdom modifier, I guess.
I would believe it would be your wisdom. Also, the attacks are respectively 14, 15, and 23.
Yeah, well, one of them had disadvantage.
Right. That's right. Well, let me roll that one. Then it would be a 19, that one.
Yeah, that still hits.
Okay.
Um,
Only 3 points of damage.
Okay, let me This is not good.
It is drama, Triffid. This is kind of an important fight. Like,
So is that my spellcasting modifier my spell attack bonus? Because then I know what it is.
yes, that's right. To hit.
Well, then it's 2d4 plus 6 for Celsig.
That sounds right. Yeah.
That's not that much, but it's something.
Hey, listen. I'm sure he won't turn it down.
I'll make it work.
yeah, absolutely.
Listen, what's this subpar healing
4
you're doing?
Plus 6. And I'm doing it.
What's your gear level?
And look next he's not gonna raid with me. And and I'm doing it on advantage due to my magical glove thingy.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I'm remembering all the things tonight.
That's good.
Look who looked
So
at their character
first
sheet.
try and next try. Come on. 14 points
Nice.
of healing
Take the
for
14.
You
Celsius.
maxed that out, actually.
Yep,
didn't you?
I maxed that out.
14 points restored to Celsig. Feeling hale and hearty. No, not hale and hearty, but...
Distinctly
Okay.
not poisoned and
I need
healthier.
right.
Give me a minute, I need to cross it off my spell list. One moment.
So I make that 26 hit points for me now. Of.
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
right on it.
So I have no clue what that shining barrier is across that guy, right?
No, but I mean, you would have to assume that it's some kind of barrier, some kind
Okay.
of like...
Well, let's test it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the Scorching Ray, which has a range of 120 feet, so I should still be able to hit him.
Okay.
And I can do 3, and I can do them like one after another. So I'm gonna shoot the first to see, like, if it bounces off. I will not shoot the other
Okay.
3 at him, because I can change targets between the 3 shots.
Makes sense. Scorching Ray is 2nd level. What level is Scorching Ray?
It's a 2nd level
Got
this time.
Okay.
It's
So you cast the first one at him, and yeah, it does. It literally hits the barrier and does nothing. And he, pathetic, he says.
I don't even get to roll for damage.
Nope, nothing. Completely stopped, which means that you're dealing with something which has made him invulnerable to certain levels of spells.
Well, then the 2 others will just go right in the face of the 2 of the 3 people standing.
Okay. Yeah, have I mentioned this guy's
Standing
kind of a badass? It didn't help that he got destroyed by Orash in the first thing, but yeah. Okay,
Well, then,
right in the
I'll
face.
Yeah, right in the face. Then I make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, you're no, that's fine. Actually, it's so funny. You're basically using what is working here for Greta is the fact that Greta is doing something which triggers attacks of opportunity, except that because she's already taken them, they can't attack of opportunity again. So basically, she's like, "Yeah, that's right. I'm breaking all the rules." You know.
Yep. So
Also,
I'm
it's super
gonna
dark in
make
my
a-
office. Gotta
Is
turn
it
my
just
lights
my spell attack bonus then again? So I've just rolled
Yes,
20
right.
first. Okay, so I'm gonna make 2 attack rolls then. This is. Can we just for the first? Oh, +6. I forgot the +6.
22,
There's
so that'll
several-
hit for sure.
22, and another one which should also have the +6 is 23.
Okay.
So I should hopefully hit both of them with that. If not, I'm just gonna
You
run
do.
away. No.
You do hit both.
And that is 2d6 fire damage for each of them.
And were you aiming, by the way, at the more hurt one? There was 3. One of them was more hurt. The other 2 were equally hurt. Were you aiming at the one that was more hurt?
Yeah, you know what? You can take both of them. Like, come on. The more hurt one gets both of them.
Well, but there's 3 people on you. So what I'm
Yep.
saying, so you get 1 more hurt plus 1 on the not as hurt. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so first I shoot the first one at the really hurt looking one. So
Okay.
here it comes. 2d6. Roll it. Oh, that's nice. 10.
Okay.
Is he down?
Yes, the very hurt one is down.
Okay, then the next one gets 1. 9.
Not down, but very badly hurt.
Okay, that's... or I could move... So do I have more space now to move away? Not really, but I also need to keep my eyes on the rope one, so I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
And crossing off my spells and handing over.
Very solid turn, though. Okay. That's going to bring us to the top of the round. And on the top of the round, again, all of you, even without having a perception check now, can hear that same weird cry, although it sounds louder now, loud enough that some people on the boat that are not you are kind of like looking around. Oh my god, I just noticed how dark it is. It's getting dark in my room and I didn't even realize. I will turn on a light in just a second. So they are kind of looking around as this strange call happens. And then this guy clambers up onto this with you, Greta, and he is going to attempt to attack you. And he says, "You're on the wrong boat." And let's see, he is going to attempt to... Okay. He does have an. Okay, so he's going to. It's time for sneak attack in the other way. Okay, let's see. That is going to be. He's 17 and a 14. Greta, does either one of those hit you?
Nope, I've got 18.
That's a good thing, because that would have been unfortunate.
Sorry, I was just calculating my warning flares and I'm out of.
Okay. All right, so he misses, which is very fortunate. That's going to lead us to Urash, who's going to get a chance to make an attack and then see whether whether the skin continues to harden. But give me a second, let me just turn on some lights, because my sadly well-lit place in the daytime is beginning to fade. So 1 second.
I've set him up. You knock him down.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That's the idea. So you attack the.
Yeah, because I was like, I'll go for the kill, and then I remembered, oh no, the great weapon ability. If he gets a kill, he can move on.
He'll just keep going through them.
I was actually distracted because we're baking the cake for my son's birthday. So did Red Rope guy just shoot at me?
No, it was the grey dude next to you.
Yeah, Red Rope guy's not been yet.
There's a grey dude next to me?
Yeah, he missed them.
The guy who came from the other side of the boat came over, has clambered up the side and tried
the
to.
guy who nearly one-shotted me and poisoned me for this entire combat until last round.
Ooh, okay, I'm sorry, I was so occupied with the birthday cake thing that I was like, sadly, this is me. Okay, but I'm fine. I've got 18, so.
Yep. Oh, much better. Okay.
I'm very happy he missed you.
Yeah, let's see how long that
am
barrier of Red Rope guy will keep existing, because I did not level up that many attack spells into the high level, so that is going to be a problem.
Can you
okay.
just push him off? Like, push him off the boat?
Okay, Urash.
Be immune to push?
I've got an idea. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
That's alright.
Urash, you are up.
Okay, cool.
Maybe
so
this is
the
just a
one
spell
that's-
barrier, yeah?
Maybe, yeah. So there's two reasonably hurt people in front of me, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Cool. Taking the first one, the one that I hit last time, not the one that Celsig hit. So
Okay.
the one I hit last time, I'm going to attack first. No, switch that up. I'm going to swish my axe around and hit the one that Celsig hit, and then try to go straight through, basically.
Okay. So sort of what you did
So,
last turn
yeah.
a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah. So 16 to hit.
16. Yes, we'll hit.
Excellent stuff. And damage-wise, just thinking about it, 11
Okay.
points of damage.
11 points of damage is not enough to kill that one, but they've been much better.
Okay, cool. Well, second attack on the same one. So we're still talking about the one that Celtic attacked last time, right?
Yes.
The one that's not in front of me, but to basically sat on Hecatong's right shoulder.
That is right.
Cool, excellent stuff. Attacking him again.
Wow.
And that's a crit.
Critical hit. Plus, doesn't that let you do your whole
So,
bonus chain?
The funny thing
multiple?
about barbarians and critical hits is, so on a critical hit, with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 points with one, you can make one bonus weapon attack with bonus action. So, did you say critical hit is max damage?
I did.
So that's d12 plus my strength, so that's 17 plus 2 for the axe, which is 19 plus 2 for my rage, which is 21. So 21 points of damage on that one.
Okay, that he is destroyed.
Did I turn him into a cloud? I wanted to turn him into a red cloud.
That is not what he was. It was not a pleasant little cloud either.
So now I'm gonna continue the swipe, basically.
Okay,
Into the one
because of the bonus, yeah.
Because of the bonus one. So
bonus
you
crit.
take your pick. I either scored a critical hit and get a bonus attack,
Have you-
or I reduce him.
I'm going to ask you this question after you make this attack so that I don't jinx anything. Just, gonna be,
Okay.
just be ready. There's a question coming your way. All right.
Okay. And 20 to hit.
Okay, here's the
None
question.
less
Have
than
you missed in the last 4 turns? Because I feel like they're just like,
Nope.
hit.
Nope.
Okay.
I am blessed with the dice. Right
You are
now,
just-
which is good because the last time I played D&D was Curse of Strahd, and I was horrendous. Like I fluffed every physical roll.
I'm impressed.
I'm the healer.
Mike's super good at D&D. Just rolls.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no, absolutely. This is the universe making up for it. I gotta be honest.
Exactly. Everything evens out.
So 12 plus 2, so 14 points of damage on that one.
Okay, that one is very hurt, but not quite dead.
Very hurt, but not quite dead. And yes, I can't sneak another attack out or anything like that. So yeah, that's me.
Now I need you to make your
Make a
Constitution saving throw.
saving throw. Is this like a... I won't know the mechanics of this one. It's a 10.
That might be enough. Let me see. Oh, it's not as flat. So okay, so it is not. So
Okay.
you are hardened into stone. Urash is petrified.
Oh, damn.
So Urash is currently turned to stone. In case you're curious about what this means, it means stone. It means that Urash has got some things to deal with, and they begin with the fact that he's now stone. Transformed into a
angriest
solid,
statue you've ever
inanimate
seen.
substance. You'll be happy to know that you see staging, so that's nice.
Yay.
Creature is
worried about
incapacitated,
that.
cannot move or speak, is unaware of its surroundings. Attack rolls have advantage. Creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, has resistance to all damage, and is immune to poison and disease, which is kind of funny.
So a mixed blessing.
Yeah, you know, like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going to get poisoned anytime soon. However, I am a statue.
yes.
Hello, this is your healer speaking. I have nothing to help with that.
I can't hear you. Do you know why? I'm a statue. First I was cursed, and now I'm a statue.
And you hear, him, let's see, just give me a second to see the, okay. So that's interesting. All right. So we'll see. All right. I'm not going to talk any more about the mechanics of it, but at the moment,
Interesting like I could save from this, or interesting like
you can't.
know,
You cannot.
gotta make sure I don't fall over.
The the question is how you're what. Yeah, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to give anything away. So, okay, but instead, this dude laughs. Probably smarter now than he was before. And so he draws up and gets ready to fire out another spell. Let's see. How is he going to do this? I think he's going to do this. Urash went one toke over the line. Let's see. So. All right. Okay, so he reaches out and towards you, Greta. He a bolt of electricity arcs out from his hand and impact into you. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
What is it with dexterity? Okay. One moment. Where's the saves? There's a saving throws, dexterity. Good luck, me!
Oh my goodness. Like parkours like up and out of the whoo. That is very impressive. That means that you only take 18 instead of 37 points of damage that you would have taken otherwise. That still means you're down, but it doesn't mean you're annihilated.
Yeah, I had still 17 points of health, so I just took 18.
Yep. So
Like everyone.
you are currently down on the ground and not feeling good about it. When it hits your body, it then arcs out of your body to hit two other targets. So it aims for, first of all, Urash. The good news about this, though, is that Urash is a statue. And so this isn't going to do a whole lot, but it is theoretically going to do damage. And there is a danger here, which is that if there were enough damage to be done to this statue that it were shattered, I mean, I'll let that just hang in the air a little bit. So you automatically fail dexterity saving throws. So we're going to see what the damage is going to be on this. Where'd you go? Let's see. Okay. Yep. So that is going to be... Okay. So I think we said resistance to all damage. Okay, so Urash, you're going to take 21 points of damage from that. That is already
Wait,
halved.
is that half? That's already half?
That's already
Wow,
halved.
okay.
Yeah. The total amount was 42 points of damage. So that was already halved. So you're down to 15 because you can't rage out of more
Damn.
half. Because you're no longer raging insofar as you're a statue. I'm sure you're an angry
Yep,
statue.
that's very true. Yeah.
Um,
I'm a furious statue.
yeah, you're
not an
really,
angry statue.
really upset. Okay, and that is going to lead us to Selsig's roll. Selsig, you have to make a dexterity saving throw to suffer the fate.
17?
17 is going to be just enough, yes. So that's good because it means that you are going to take 21 points of damage.
And at the last second, I managed to take it on my bracer instead with my uncanny dodge.
I was
reaction.
waiting for that. So that's
Yep,
another
half damage.
so a half damage of that. So we're talking
Yeah.
10. So
Okay.
6. Okay, so half damage. Yeah. That's the power of chain lightning right there, folks. Okay. So he does that. It's not looking good for the home team. That is going to lead us to the cultists who are going to turn around. They're going to look and see who still remains as a threat. And they are ordered. Rule yells at them, "Get down there, you maggot!" And so they start basically heading down the stairs. Not to deal with Urash, but to deal with Selsig, although it's going to take them a little while to get there. So they're going to go down this way. This one here is going to turn. I swear, I'm not going to just pretend they were turned. And is going to face Selsig and try to attack you. And that is going to be a 17.
Miss.
Okay. So
Barely.
misses you. This one finally gets to you. After like slowly and kind of somewhat tentatively attacks. We got a 16. Sorry, is that a miss?
Sorry, what was the roll?
16? Actually, two
Miss.
16s? Okay.
Yeah, both missed.
Both miss. This one's going to come up. He's going to climb up on the arm, and I think that's the only other one that's going to be able to get to you. And that is a 20 and a 12, not a natural 20.
20 hits.
All right, so that is going to be 4 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, these guys, this one's going to leap over the leg and come straight for River. Not going to get there, but is running towards you. This one is going to run down here and head straight towards as well. Okay, and that's going to lead us, Selsig, to you. You are
Enough
here.
of this.
Things not
King
looking
of the
good.
Giants, I awaken thee! And in a glorious iridescent rainbow arc, I swing my gambler's rapier at the remaining chain.
Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead and make your attack on it. What's up, Aaron? Yeah, no, time change. We got one more. Next week, it's back.
17.
18.
No,
So the-
18, sorry, yeah.
So the chain shatters, and he's, and then I gotta fire up my. Hold on just a minute. I gotta fire this up for this.
I'm sure he had every faith that we'd make it to this point. That's why he's not plugged the equipment in.
So you're. And this enormous giant stands up, and I think it's fair to say that the cultists are like, "Hecaton is loose! Hecaton is loose!" And this dude just stands up, and he has no weapons, but he is holding these chains, and he starts like whirling them over his head. Now, the good news is that Hecaton is free. The bad news is that Hecaton is free because it's not clear that he knows what's going on. He's just sort of like, everyone needs to. So he's hostile at the moment, apparently, to everyone. That's what it seems like. Still, that means he's also, you know, hostile to the bad people. Presumably. All right, let me get this. Not that
Good job
one.
no one's made out of fragile stone at the moment.
These are good points.
Gonna be good points all over the deck of the ship in a second.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Just repurpose me into like something like shale or something like that. Pebble dash a hut with me or something.
Okay. So, he stands and he is like up, you know, like looking around, and I'm going to include him into, drop him into the initiative order. So that means we've got.
I'm not as confident this was a good idea as I was a second ago.
Well, I don't think you had a lot of options, to be honest with you.
It will be fine.
Okay, so let's do that.
If things get really dicey, you could always just push me off the boat.
How will that help
Like
him?
if there's a, it won't help him. It'll help me from getting smashed. It'll protect me.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's really funny. So, as it turns out, when he enters, I will just tell you that when he enters, what it says is that you're supposed to roll to have him enter combat. And he literally just rolled so that his initiative total is 7, which means he goes after you because you have a better dexterity. So he literally goes next. So he's just going to stand there and just be like, okay. So he begins to yell and scream. I'm going to have to pull my verb unit closer. Come on, verb unit. Don't fail me now, verb unit. Okay. Almost.
Now we find out how long the XLR
There we go.
cable we've got our ports.
It's just long enough. Okay. And he yells out, "Lord's alliance indeed! I'll see your alliance wrecked upon the waves for this treachery!" And he basically is, now the good news is that the other good news is that he's also facing away from you at the moment, Selsig. So like at the moment, because of where he was positioned,
Lord's Alliance?
he says Lord's alliance. Yes, that's what he said. Which may seem odd, but we will see what the deal is. Okay, so he is going to use his attacks on his chain. So he's going to attack the cultists that are right in front of him. You're going to be happy to know, River, that he's actually not seeing you because he's focused on those cultists. So he is going to do, let's see, 21. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So right. So he swings and hits, dead. Like hits it and like slams the guy into the side. Dead. You remember that, for those of you who have seen Justice League when Superman returns? This is sort of what that's, and he hasn't quite figured out what's going on. That's sort of what this is like. He's just wiping everybody out. And he does that and he says, "You'll feel more of my wrath." And suddenly he pushes himself all the way to the right side of the boat, and the boat lists wildly to the left. Now this has several effects. First of all, it means that Greta is going to slam prone into the side wall here and is going to take an additional 2 points of damage, bringing her to -3. It means that Urash, fortunately, was close enough to the wall that you're not going to bang that hard. You basically just slide and sort of bump up against it. River and Selsig, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws to see if you can stay upright.
17?
Yes, so you do. River does not.
No, I
So
do not.
River is going to end up being prone. But the news is not all bad, because this cultist slams over there. This cultist loses control of the ship and themselves. They slam over there. This one, this cultist here lands right... Damn it, cultist. Lands right next to Hecaton, who seems very displeased with them. And more importantly, you'll be happy to know that... Remember we were talking about throwing someone off the bridge? This guy goes flying off the ship with a shriek. And lands in the water with a big splash.
Good.
Good.
Screw that.
So, yes. That is what happens with that. And that's King Hecaton's first turn. The Marrows, this one immediately goes off this way. Not clear as to why, but these two are going to go off here. These two are going to hold position. That's going to lead us to River with Greta. Is on... Greta is up. Oh, which means she has to make a death
Greta
saving
is
throw.
down.
I was going to say, is up. Yeah, she's not up. She's down. You need to make a death saving throw for me, please, Greta.
How did that work again?
You are going to roll a straight 20, and what you're looking for is a 10 and above. If you roll a 10 and up, you have saved, and you basically saved once. If you roll a 9 or below, you failed. If you roll a crit failure, you get 2 failures, and if you roll a 20, you are stabilized and gain a hit point, so you begin at a single hit point. If you get to 3 failures, you are dead. If you get to 3 successes, you're stabilized.
Okay.
Success. All right, one success.
Number 1.
All right.
So
one
you can.
success.
If that is still possible, I'm also like praying.
I think wandering through your unconscious dreams, I imagine prayers are a part of this.
Okay, I'll do that like heavily.
Okay, so the boat right now is like banked badly and is like heading over to the left to port. Rule is this dude here is like struggling to get to his feet. He's just kind of like as he's moving there. And this leads us to Urash. Now, I'm happy to give you some information, Urash, because as soon as the guy hits the water, you began to suddenly become aware of your surroundings again, and you feel your limbs returning back to there and body returning to its normal state. This is what happens when you have a concentration spell where the concentration has failed. So now you're still restrained. You won't be back to normal till next turn, but you can attack if you want this turn.
Is there a cultist near me?
There are several cultists near you. I do want to point out, though, that your rage, you would have to, if you have one left, you have to use it because you're out of rage. Like, the rage does not sustain through the statue.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I've got like 3 rages left because
Okay.
I rested before this point. So yeah, I'm going to rage and I'm going to attack I'm going to guess the one on... Okay, this cultist right here is looking worse for wear, yes?
Yes.
Good. I'm going to attack him. So you say I'm still restrained, so they still have advantage against me?
That's correct. And you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Excellent. I'm going to use reckless attack on the first attack just to
Okay.
negate that. So this is a straight throw.
Okay.
And... Oh, it's a 12.
12 is not enough.
Curses on the first one, I guess.
Yeah, finally. I mean, listen, you were just a statue. Oh my
however-
god. Really? I think you've crit like 3 out of 5 rounds in this combat.
I'm telling you, this is making up for the
Unreal.
total party kill that I nearly instigated in the last session.
Yeah, this is impressive.
So the funny thing about crits and barbarians at this level, so with that, that's going to be, I'm pretty sure we all know what this is by now. All of the numbers add up to 21. That's 21 points of damage on Bobby McNoface, who's stood in front of me. I'm going to guess he's now a red cloud.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent stuff. So that's going to swing straight through to the next person.
Okay, let's get rid of that.
Which is a 20. Not an
hit.
actual 20 this time. Okay,
Also hit.
excellent stuff. And that is a 16.
Okay, not dead, very hurt.
Okay, excellent stuff. And that's my triumphant return from being petrified.
Welcome back.
I
Okay.
am back in the room.
Okay, we have no
I'm
idea.
very angry.
Very angry.
I'm furious.
We have no idea what's going on with this other guy. So now we have the cultists who are looking now very nervous. So these guys basically lose it and start running away, which is I will never be able to connect them. They start running away from backing up from Hecaton, which is a bad idea because you do not want to trigger an attack of opportunity versus King Hecaton. His chain sweeps through, dead. He just bashes them right against the wall. They are just like, and he, having gotten rid of those targets, turns and sees River and says, "You, member of the Lord's Alliance, you will pay too." Okay.
No.
So this is still the cultist turn, but that was just, their attack of opportunity. This one, what is this one going to do? I guess this one's going to try to crawl this way. This one's going to try to crawl back to the wheel and probably get there. Okay. And now that he's seen them, he's moved it back. So the ship now, tilts back up to somewhat level. And let's see. And then we have these two here next to Urash. I think they're going to still attack you, probably. So let's see. They're going to have advantage against you. So we've got 21 on the first and 13 on the second.
First one hits, second one does not.
All right, that's 5 points of damage, which is reduced to 3.
Excellent. So I'm on 12
Okay,
points.
and now the second cultist attack, as they each attack twice, is a 20, not natural, and a 13.
First one hits, second one doesn't.
Okay, so that's another 3 points of damage reduced to 2. So we are at 10 points.
10 hit points.
10 hit points, yes. Okay.
I've looked better, but you guys know I've looked considerably worse.
That's quite true. Okay. So that is, those are the cultists. Okay. That brings us to Celsig. All right, Celsig. There are a couple of cultists and things have changed. Greta's in trouble. Hecaton is pissed off at everybody.
I'm
I
fine.
yell, "Mighty Hecaton, your queen yet lives and sent us to save you!" And then I turn and skewer one of the cultists attacking Urash with my gambler's rapier.
I need you to make a persuasion check for me before you do that.
Worth a try. It's more to get his attention than persuade him, but 14.
Okay. And he's like, "You lie. My queen would never have done this. None of you. You all will pay." Seems very perturbed. Now you may skewer the cultist as chosen.
Okay, so is that one attacking Urash?
Yes. Indeed.
Excellent.
The sneak attack as the giant. Oh, man.
I sneak attack Hecaton. No.
And that was how the party died.
See, if this was me by playing solo, I'd do something like that just to see what happens.
That's like the classic Dark Souls thing where you're like, "Ooh, I get an attack into the monster," and then you're like, "I damaged them for a quarter of their health, and then they obliterated me from the face of the earth."
We cannot
Halfling luck.
reload.
Exactly.
Halfling luck. I can when I roll a 1, though.
That's
Halfling
right,
luck.
halfling luck. 25 will hit.
Ah, here comes the pain. Right, so it's going to be... Oof, yeah, this is going to be big, because this is my main weapon. Probably overkill, yeah. Watch and learn, Urash.
Overkill.
I was going to say.
Watch and learn.
So it's going to be 1d8 plus 10 from my strength modifier. Then 4d6, so that's 18. And just for good measure. A further 14 points of damage on top of that.
So 32 points of damage. Was this, by the way,
Yes.
on the one that
It's
you
not
had
bad.
been previously was hurt? One was hurt, one was not.
That one, the nearest one to me, basically.
Okay. So I think that was the one that Urash had hurt. So then that means that person is utterly destroyed. And that leaves one. Okay. So you do that. And now it's the king's turn. So the king comes walking in, right? And like looking at River, and then says, "You filthy Lord's Alliance cheat. You will pay for what you've done to me and my people." And he lifts the chain up, And he's about to bring the chain down. And then that strange cry. You may remember that I talked about that cry. And I would say that Urash sees this, and River, you see it, and so does Selsig. Suddenly, the adolescent griffin comes flying in front, and Hecaton's chain lashes out and wraps around the griffin and just down to the deck. And the griffin hits, there's a sickening crack, and just scrapes along the ground. And Hecaton looks down, like, utterly confused, and is like, what is this trickery? What is this trickery? And has used his attack up on a not moving griffin. And you're still alive, River. And Hecaton sort of like is staring down, doesn't even know, is kind of like staring at the griffin and up at you, completely confused. Okay. The marrows, we're going to have them go this way. These marrows are going to stay where they are. Okay, that leads us to River.
Okay. Let's see. I'm still prone, right?
Yes. You could stand if you want.
Could I
as one of your
crawl
moves.
over to the griffin?
You could.
Okay.
Yes, you could.
I crawl over to the griffin while yelling at Hecaton, "We're here to save you, you big jerk!"
He says,
You
"Save
just
me!
Killed him!
What do you mean? Why would you... What? What are you talking about? You tried to kill me!"
We broke your chains! Why would we kill you?
Chains? What? And he's sort of like utterly confused. Let me have you make a... Let me have you make a persuasion check for me, please. And you know what? You can do this at advantage.
Also, I have really high persuasion.
Yeah.
So 21.
So he lifts his, and he sort of lowers his chain, and he says, "You mean you aren't trying to kill me? The rest of them, you're not one of them."
No, but you can kill them as much as you want.
And he looks down at you and looks down at the griffin, and his face softens slightly, and he says, "If you are lying, you've done so in a brave way. I will not attack someone helpless." And he turns around, and he looks around for the cultist at this point is like, yeek, like back up against the wall, and he literally says, and I'm just doing this as a meme, I apologize, "Get over here!" And he throws the chain down, wraps it around the cultist, and basically brings it to him, and then punches him with his other hand, and basically punches through his body, just punches through his body, and then throws him over the side of the ship. And the other cultist sort of makes a sound somewhere between a squeak and a scream. And Hecaton sort of glares at him in murderous fury and then starts stepping towards him. Okay. Let's see. That is going to lead us to... That was River who did that. Okay, that's going to lead us to Greta. Who needs to make another death saving throw, please.
Yep, on it. I'm good at this. I'm seriously good at not dying.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
Right now.
While you're great at wandering through unconsciousness in fields of death. Okay, that is going to bring us up to the top. So, this guy right here looks around and looks around at everything and sees the battle situation and says, "At least I'm going to take this maggot with me," and basically pulls an Urash on Urash. Is going to leap off here and try to stab Urash. And I don't think is going to do very well with it. Let's see. That is... 16?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh. Then I am wrong. Okay. That is going to do 9 points of damage, cut back down to 5 because of the rage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Of course. And that would be an 11.
And
Also,
11 is not going to do it. That means you are going to take E. Okay. That means you are going to take 22 points of poison damage. Now that's that's taken in half, that's 11. So that means you are at -6, which I think is going to bring you down.
Give me a second.
Unless
This
you have
depends.
So
This
Death
depends.
Ward.
No, not Stone Skin anymore older than you. Remember, he's back to flesh now.
Did the death ward expire with me going down?
Sorry,
Just
I hit the
checking.
wrong button. My apologies. I hit the wrong button. Did the what expire?
Did the death ward expire with me going down?
That's a good question. Yeah, because you put a death ward on him, didn't you?
Yes, I did last session.
I do remember that. Let's see. Yeah, my fault.
So
That was
death-
an accidental seed change.
Okay, Death Ward says you touch a creature and grant it a measure of protection from death. The first time the creature will drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage. The target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends. So it's like Relentless Endurance. If
So
the
yes, I
spell-
don't think it's reliant on you being around. Yeah, it's not concentration. So he's at 1 point. I'm getting that thing like Toad from the original X-Men movie. Like, why won't you die?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Urash is at 1
Wonderful.
point.
That that is what the death ward was for.
Ace, thank you.
Okay, so that's the good news. Bad news is that you're poisoned. But
I'll take it.
I was gonna say, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, no problem. Older than you. Okay, so that was Urash. So Rule did that to Urash, or tried to. Now it is Urash's turn, and you have this guy like right next to you, and you have the con saving throw. Actually, that's right. You have to make this con saving throw at the beginning of your turn. So you're gonna have to
good.
make this saving throw here.
So
Urash.
con save.
Oh, it was
Good,
on
I thought
4. It
gonna
wanted
do-
to.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
definitely wanted to.
Wow. All right. Barbarians live charmed lives, I'll tell you. All right. So, success. You are no longer poisoned. You are at 1 hit point, but you are still alive.
Well, time to use my Hail Mary. So with this, I'm not feeling great. I've already come back from the dead once, and I've been a stone statue. As far as I'm aware, there's only like 2 people in front of me, and Hecaton's doing his thing behind me, and everyone's kind of got a lot of this sewn up. So I'm going to raise my axe to the sky with both hands, and I'm going to scream for the power of Tempest. The runes shall start glowing, and it shall be imbued with the power of Tempest for the next attack. Mechanically speaking, this basically means that when I'm raging, I get a +4 to hit and an additional 1d12 radiant damage on my first attack.
Okay.
So with this, I'm going to attack the big grey insert expletive here who just tried to end me.
Yep. Half orc
Cool.
versus half orc.
Or not.
Yep, pretty much. So I've done that as a free action, right? That's like a I want to activate by the power of Grayskull.
Yeah. By the
Activate my axe, right?
I was gonna say, can you find like you don't have any of like Urash's Celsick's dog with you that you could turn to like battle dog? Like
Not yet. No, not yet. We'll work on that. Also, I'm going to recklessly attack, which means I get advantage. So my first attack, reckless, will be a 23.
Wow. That will hit.
Excellent stuff. So damage-wise, we're talking slashing damage of 18 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And a... Oh, it's only 1 radiant damage, which is unfortunate. Oh, to hit. Yeah, no, it's +4 to hit, so that would have been not 23. That would have been 27, but that would have hit as well. So that's
27.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 16, so 18 points of slashing damage and 1 point
Okay.
of radiant damage
All right.
as that crackles through him. Not waiting to see if he's dead or not yet, I will immediately swing back through with my second attack,
Okay.
which is an 18.
Will hit.
Excellent stuff. And that's 12 points of slashing damage.
12 points of slashing damage. All right. That is a big hit. A set of hits, and he is not liking it.
Okay. Not dead though, right?
He roars in pain. No,
Well, that's unfortunate.
he had not been hit to this point. But now
Oh,
he has.
right.
This is the first time anyone's touched him.
Now he has, and he knows it.
We've mostly run away from him.
Yeah, basically. You had some other people to worry about. There is actually one pathetic cultist that still remains over there, I believe. If we just move, so yeah. So there is a cultist left over there. Okay. Okay. All right. And you are now, of course, you are fleshed, so you are no longer restrained.
I am squishy once more.
You are squishy once more. Okay, that is going to lead us to... Still don't know what's going on with him. Okay, that is going to lead us to the cultists. So, this one is going to attack you because I guess, it seems like the only logical thing to do.
Why not?
That is a 23, and because they get advantage on this attack on you, so because of the reckless. So 23 and a 21.
Yep, both of those hit.
So 3 and... So that's 10 points of damage reduced to 5. So that is, I think, going to drop you down.
Relentless endurance.
That's right. Wow.
So I fall down, I take my last breath, and then I immediately get back up to
Yep.
1 hit point.
Pretty much with 1 hit point. You were out of tricks, though, sir. You were out of relentless endurance, death ward.
I am very much out of tricks right now.
This is dramatic, though. I'm a big fan. All right. Meanwhile, this guy doesn't know what to do. Is like, I should. So he swings the wheel to try to turn it, but the ship is going to start turning, just not as fast as when Hecaton was doing it. So it seems to be now banking to the right, but it's going to take a little while to do that. That's going to lead us to Celsic. Celsic, you've got the 2 behind you, and the 1 at the wheel, and technically the Marrow's in the water.
Can I clamber up to there next to Greta?
Yeah, sure. You could just step up to Greta, probably.
Yep, that's fine. How does assisting with death saves work?
You have to do a medicine check. If you do a medicine check and get a 10 or above, then you stabilize Greta at that point, and she's good.
That'd be my action, though.
Okay.
No, sorry, I'm saying that, and then that would be my action if I did that.
And then that would be your action, yes.
Okay. I'm sick of this guy. I assume he's still distracted.
Yes, we talk about the cultist, or we talk about the
Oh, Mr. Poison.
the Mr. Poison guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He is, I would say, occupied, yes.
Captain Douchebag.
Yes.
I think you could sneak attack him if you want.
I think I've had enough of his shenanigans.
Definitely enough of his shenanigans.
And with an iridescent rainbow arc, does a 16 hit?
16. like, because otherwise this could be really embarrassing. Yes,
It's
it
a
does
good
hit.
swing, but does it connect?
Yes, it does.
It's
Yeah.
very pretty.
With a powerful misses. No, yeah. It does.
Right. Hey. And the games begin. 1d8 plus 10 for 15.
Okay.
And then here comes.
He's already destroyed. That's
Then I don't care.
yeah,
Still getting it.
I've earned
The
this.
principle.
It's an elaborate game of fruit cultist ninja where you just cut like as the fruit is going down, just
And
slashing
then-
his pieces.
And his little buddy is looking. I have an extra weapon I haven't used yet. There's an extra. Oh no, it was him. I was hitting for the 30.
Yeah, destroy him some more. Exactly.
No, I was hitting him. You got rid of the
The
cultist.
yeah.
Oh wait, I got rid of the cultist. My bad.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. He was fine the whole time. My
I
fault.
mean, he
So-
wouldn't be for much longer if all
I'm
goes
sorry,
wrong.
I take that back. So we're talking about 15. Yeah, I completely got
Yeah,
the wrong
30
person.
HP
So
on that guy.
30 HP. Okay. Yeah, he is not dead, but he's very hurt now.
Ooh. Okay. I see how it is. I still have an extra sword I haven't used. And for my next trick. 1d20 plus 10. 14.
14 is not going to hit.
Okay.
Does not hit, sadly. But
Okay.
So tense.
so now it's right. That's exactly right. Okay, so now it is King Hecaton's turn. So King Hecaton looks down at the body of the griffin and then turns around and he looks out and he sees the marrows in the water. And he says, "Ah! and he runs and leaps up. Actually, where is he going to do? He's going to do this over here. So he leaps up here. First of all, he backhands this cultist about 75 feet off the ship. So that's the first thing. Just like guy goes flying off this way. Then he rips from the deck of the ship one of the ballistas, like rips it off and like cocks it and fires it directly at the marrow, basically using it like a crossbow. And the marrow, who look extraordinarily startled at all of what just happened. Let's see. I love that I'm using the siege equipment for this. Yeah. So, and like literally this bolt just impales the marrow. And he sinks below the waves. And Hecaton roars defiance. Ah! And that leads us to the Marrows, who are looking rather uncertain. And in fact, this Marrow is like, zip! Like immediately just bails. Like that was all that they needed. These two Marrows are now out of sight, and you don't entirely know where they went. But in any case, they are not here. That leads us to River. I think you're muted still.
I am. I'm just,
Okay.
taking it all in, trying to.
There was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot going on, and it seems like there's not a lot left for me to do. I could stand. Standing would be
You can
good.
definitely stand.
I could stand. I'm guessing the Griffin is just there's nothing to be done.
Not that
there.
you can do.
Definitely not that I can do. I've been scrolling through my sheet saying, come on, I have to have some kind of heal spell, right? Like anything. I don't even have a health potion. I got nothing. So then, yeah, I mean, Hecaton's kind of going ham. I guess I can...
Yeah, he is. Hecaton's a little upset.
He seems upset. Like, justifiably so, but he seems upset.
Mm-hmm.
So then we kind of only got Mr. McCrapface up there who's doing spell stuff, and then this guy over here. And spell guy is too far away.
Well,
right?
Super Spell Guy is in the water and has vanished. You don't actually know what happened to Spell Guy.
Oh, okay. I just saw him.
He fell off the ship when Hecaton decided to lean the entire ship to port.
Oh, okay.
When you went flying into the wall. That
I
was
missed that. I was
yeah.
busy flying into the wall.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see. What distance is that guy?
He is probably about, let's see, what is that? 5, 10, 15, about 35 feet. You're going to have to, the problem is though, because you have to, like standing from prone,
Yeah.
you do have a shot at this cultist, theoretically. This one over here. I mean, I don't know if that matters to you, but
Oh, wait. There was another one?
there's a cultist and there's the obnoxious guy. This one
Oh.
right here, and there's the
Underneath
cultist
the
right
rock.
here.
So I couldn't see him.
Yeah. Too many people.
Yeah, too many people. I'm pretty sure though, standing from prone, that's kind of all I can do because I can't attack if I've stood up.
Sure you can.
Right?
Absolutely
Oh,
you
I
can. You just can't move. You
well.
used your move to stand.
Aha! No movement for me, but that means that I can do. Hopefully, let me make sure I can do this because you said 35 feet. and
Yeah, I think
part
that's
of
about
me
right.
is
5, 10, 15,
This
20,
spell is
30.
30.
Yeah, about
It's not!
35 feet.
Scorching ray. I'm gonna scorching ray that guy.
King Hecaton. Hey, listen, Hecaton has a reason to be obnoxious, all right? He just woke up he's very confused. What's up, Pash? Okay, so Scorching Ray, sounds good. So go ahead and make an attack roll, I believe. Plus your spellcasting modifier, which is like,
That's still 9.
yeah, that's not going to hit.
I definitely don't hit anything.
Sadly, you do not hit.
Technically, It's 3 rays of fire, but the one is that's me.
Well, if there's 3 separate rays, then you roll 3 separate attacks.
You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at the targets within range. So I was gonna. It says you can hurl them at one target or several. I figured if I was throwing them all at the one target.
2 more
or
attacks.
do-
No. You make separate attacks for each one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's cool then. Never mind. We'll just do it that way.
That will hit.
9. So then.
And the 9 will not hit.
Nines.
But the 17 will hit.
Yay, I actually hit something! Okay, and then it is 2d6 of fire damage.
Fire.
What is with my rolls today? I'm getting all ones and twos.
Celsig took them all. I mean,
I have
Urash
taken
rather
all
took
of
them
them.
all.
No, Urash
Urash
took
took
I
them
all
have
of them.
taken all of your good rolls. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. He can hog them. He's doing great.
Sure, blame the rogue.
Okay, 6. So a total of 6 damage.
Yeah, six fire damage.
Okay, he still doesn't like it. And so he is like, "Argh!" burning. He's not going to stay burning. That is all you can do because you've already moved River, which leads us to Greta, who has to make one more death save.
Yep. Let's do that. There we go. Yep, nope.
That is a fail. So we have 2 successes, 1 failure.
Yep.
All right.
Writing it down.
That brings us up to the top to Rule, who is feeling not great about his situation, but is going to try to attack Urash. Let's see. That is going to be...
Just before he attacks, I will just say to... Is it Rule, his name?
Yes.
I'm just going to grin
R-O-O-L.
at him and say, make this count, friend.
And he kind of growls at you as he rolls a 17 and a 12.
Yep. 17 will hit, yes.
All right, let's see. That's going to be 9 points of damage. Even halved, that's 5. And I think now you actually are down.
Yep, I am down.
Also, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. The reason for this is that you can still be poisoned while down. Believe it or not.
Yep, I'm poisoned.
Yeah, that's not so
I am a
hot.
poison corpse.
Okay, which means...
So this means we shouldn't eat you, right?
Yeah, no, I'm super rotten. Don't eat me.
Ugh. All right, that is another 21 points of poison damage, which you do not reduce this time because, again, rage is gone. So Urash is at negative 25 and is in big trouble. Okay, the Urash is down on the ground after finally going down. Let's see. And
I'm sure I'll bounce back.
let's do
I'm
that.
sure I'll bounce back eventually.
Okay, and poisoned. Okay, that's going to lead us to... Urash has got to make a death saving throw.
I do, yes. Bear with me. Make a death save.
Yes,
Success.
1 success. 2 party members both making saving throws. It must be one of the last... Must be a big fight.
Only half the party.
It's only 50% of us, it's fine.
It's true. Only 50% of you are currently attempting to avoid death.
It's only the
I still
damage
have a
dealer and the
trick.
healer. It's absolutely fine.
Okay,
It's
so
only
this
the
one's
tank and the
already
healer. It's only
dead.
the tank and the healer.
This one doesn't really know what to do. I guess this one is going to back up and run like hell for the one functional person that he can see that isn't a giant. And that is going to be River. It'll take a while for the cultists to get there. That is going to lead us to Celsig. You are up next. Rule still exists. Rule is still around.
Not for long.
I have a plan. And it's so cunning you can brush your teeth with
I'm
it.
going to free Hecaton. I did that. I'm going to I'm going to rechain him and free him
Hang on.
again,
Hang on.
thereby
Right,
rebooting the computer.
He's going to rip
Okay.
off one of the ballistas.
What's the distance between him and him?
15.
I cast sleep halfway between the two of them.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, these two are unconscious. I assume it's not really going to affect them.
That's true. So it should
Good.
affect entirely.
Just those two, if I've calculated this correctly.
We're in what's known as big sleep.
Big
Yes.
sleep. Okay.
So, oop, I
Yep.
shouldn't
See
have
how
done that. I
many
was
hit points it
trying to-
affects.
22 HP's worth.
That is not enough. So you see him kind of slow and like, but then shake his head and keep running.
Okay. According to their current hit points, so it should affect
Right.
the weakest of the two first?
That's
okay.
right. Still not enough though.
Interesting. Okay. So,
They didn't have much more than that, but some more.
well,
You said
that's
22,
fine.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Although I didn't actually intend to roll that. I was trying to put the description in chat, but
Oh,
I'll
well.
take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Whatever, misroll. It happens.
What else?
Well, what I was going to do is cast it at the second level for an extra 2d8, but I clicked it and forgot I'd set
Oh, well,
up
no,
the
no, no.
macro.
If you want to do that at the second level, that's fine.
If that's okay with
you.
you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
then-
fine. That's
All right,
fine.
so I'll add
Sure.
an extra 2d8 onto that. So for an extra 11 for 33.
Now he hits the ground. Like, and you just sort of hit him and he, like, face plants and you hear, you know, as he's snoring away.
That's the last of my level 2 slots used up.
Did you do that on both of them?
It starts with the weakest, and then if there's anything left over, is tested against the next strongest, and yeah.
See, you have to forgive me for these sorts of questions. I don't know much about spellcasting in D&D.
Actually, that's a good point. Now, let me think about that. Because where did you cast this?
Halfway between the two to try and hit them both in the 20-foot radius.
Yeah, you know what? Then I think it would actually have hit. So then that means that this dude actually does go down. This other one is not, even with the, you know, the extra 2d8. But now that you did the thing with the 2d8, that means this guy is going to be asleep. So Rule hits the ground snoring. The only one moving now is this guy. That's the bad guy. That's moving.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now. I assume since he's asleep, I can do a sneak attack on him.
Yes, you
At
certainly could.
advantage?
You certainly could.
Man, I'm really glad it
Was sleep a
last
bonus? But wait, though, that was your bonus action for this attack. Is that what you're saying?
That was, well, sleep was my main action. I
Right.
still get my offhand weapon bonus attack.
I'm trying to decide if you can do a sneak attack on a bonus, but on a offhand bonus action.
The rules as I read it just say I can't add my stat damage modifier. That's the only thing it stipulates with
Okay.
two weapon.
Okay, let's go with it then.
Okay.
The fact that he's asleep is a big part of it anyway.
Okay.
Surprisingly non-mobile sleeping people.
Yeah. Also easy to steal from.
Yes.
So let's go for advantage.
I would take the 28.
Yes, even the gods have had enough of his tomfoolery.
Okay, so hit.
Right, let's remember what am I doing? 1d8 plus 1. Because that's just the regular rapier bonus damage. For 9.
Okay.
And then the satisfaction, a further 15.
Yeah. So you just obliterate him.
Coup de grace.
Yep. He is dead. Okay. Are you moving anywhere, Selsig, or are you staying where you are?
I'm gonna stay here and, if possible, assist with Greta's on her turn.
You'll be able to do that on her turn. Hecaton goes. Hecaton leaps down from here, strides towards the cultist, who does one of these, like, no, chain off the ship. And in fact, as he does it, he kind of does the whirl throw to throw him way off. And the cultist is screaming the whole way until he hits the water with a sickening splat. And Hecaton looks around and, seeing no one there, no one left, kind of lowers his chains gradually and lowers his head. That leads us to River. We're not out of initiative yet because Greta and Urash are still in danger. So, River, what would you like to do?
Sorry, husband was talking to me. What?
I said that Greta we're still in initiative. The bad guys seem to be gone, but we're still in
Okay.
initiative because Greta and Urash are still in danger.
Okay,
So-
I run over to Urash to help if I can
let's
assist.
see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I think you can just get there. Okay, so you would need to do a medicine check. So you're rolling just a flat d20. On a 10 or above, you would stabilize him. On a 9 or below, nothing happens, basically.
If it's a medicine check, I actually have a +4, but I got
then
18 anyway.
Sounds like a plan. So yes. So you stabilize Urash. Now, Urash is... Oh, that's right. Was not poisoned. So Urash is stabilized. All right.
Yay!
Which is good because he's in big trouble. Okay, good stuff, River. That leads us to Greta. Now, chat, this one here, if Greta were to crit fail this, Greta's dead, because she has one failure already.
I'm not
So,
gonna that.
I'm just
Man,
saying,
I'm assisting if I can.
inspirations exist. You can help on your turn, but not on hers. This is
Okay.
all. She must walk through the valley of the shadow of death herself. So,
Tapping her on the chest with one little finger, which is the closest to CPR I can get at my size.
each one of which is like, like
Very, very gently.
I'm pretty.
Echo has
this-
inspired Greta. Boy, okay, you are inspired, Greta. You have.
Okay. I'm not gonna fail crit twice here, so I'm not afraid of this. So
You support me on my channel. Whew. Right. So that is going to be a 4, which means 2 failures and 2 successes. Good
this
stuff,
is
by the way.
fine. I am not worried. We should make a cut here. This is a good cliffhanger.
So no, we're not cliffhanging on that. No, I see the time, but I want to at least get through this thing. Inspiration for Echo. 2. Echo used both of them. Okay.
Thank you, Echo.
All right. So that is going to lead us to the top of the round, which means Urash, who is currently stable and not moving, so that's fine. That leads us to Celsig. Now, Celsig, you can, if you wish, try to help in your very large, giant-like way.
21 medicine.
Stabilized. All right, and with that,
Oh, was I stabilized?
the music, by River.
Oh, River, you angel.
Yeah, river past medicine.
So you do this. I'm going to put the peaceful music of healing up here, which seems appropriate.
We have the peaceful music of healing.
We literally have, it says literally healing. That's literally what
Thank
it's
you,
called.
Saber. This was like a group project of keeping Greta alive.
Yeah, this was quite something. So there's a long pause as everyone sort of takes stock of what was happening here, and then you see Hecaton. You hear this sort of movement, and Hecaton, as you all look, is walking over and bends down to the motionless Ariel, and lifts up. Basically, just looks like this bird, these wings drooping out of his hand. He's so large as he picks him up. And he turns back and he says, I made a terrible mistake. I don't understand what has happened here. But explain. Why am I on this ship? The last thing I remember is I was meeting with small folk, members of the Lord's Alliance. And then I was here. And
Can I not listen to this? Because if I'm awake right now, I want to revivify the griffin. And I've only got 1 minute to do it.
You are, you're not up, Greta, though. You're stabilized, but you're still at 0. So if someone wants to give you healing, they can do that. Otherwise, you're going to have to rest the normal way.
Dang it. Dang it. Then I will have to listen to this.
So, and he says, moving to the currently conscious members of Celsig and River, and he says, why did you come to rescue me?
All right, I actually have to talk.
I said...
Since your disappearance, the ordning has fallen apart, and giants are moving with their own schemes to take over the world.
And he kind of blinks. The end of the world? But what if my wife? What if Sarissa? What of my children?
Your wife lives, my king. We were able to revive her through the means of my friend here, and I gesture at the unconscious Greta.
And he kind of looks
Alas,
down.
she's not feeling her best right now.
And he says,
Indeed, we've all gone through much to save you. I just say, collapsing onto my bum, just sitting there.
what of Sarissa?
She is fine, my lord. She sent us on our way to seek you, with what clues she had to get to the bottom of your location.
He nods very slowly and he says, you should all return to Maelstrom with me. I must seek the truth of this myself, with my wife and children. If you have saved me, I will have enormous gratitude towards you and great sorrow at this. And he kind of looks down at the hand holding the motionless Ariel the griffin. And he says, if you lied, I will drown you and feed you to the octopus at the bottom of the sea. And he pauses and he sniffs the air and he says, we are not alone here. Shall we go?
One moment, my lord. I want to try and recover the submarine.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, good. I'm not accidentally leaving that behind.
You can do that, and he can actually, because he, as he pulls this forth, he actually has a very familiar-looking teleportation conch, or at least you assume it is, the same one that you used to transport to Maelstrom in the first place. And he says, I will heal your wounded party members. Give them to me. And you can pick up one too, Celsig, as you're still giant-sized.
I'm going to carry... Can I pick them both up? One in each hand?
You could.
Heck, I'm enjoying this. Bring them both over.
Don't get too drunk with power there, sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. And he says, all right. Then hold my hand here. Oh, actually, he can't. He's like, step close to me, and we will teleport together and leave this cursed place. And holding the griffin, he uses the conch, and all of you wink out. About 10 minutes later, the motionless, or I guess just drifting, ship of the Morkoth, if anyone was there to see it, they might see several enormous tentacles curl over the top of the ship, break it into flinders, and bring it to the bottom of the sea. But that, of course, is something that the living members of this party will not see. And that is where we will bring our session to a close for today. Well, I think we can all exhale. It was just, that was welcome to the, that was the toughest fight that you have encountered, I think. That was brutally difficult. It was intended to be, so mission granted. I mean, I have to say, all of you did a very, very good job in figuring this out. One thing that really helped, obviously, was figuring out the thing with the chains, because I don't know if you win, if you get through that fight, if Hecaton's not helping. There's just so many, there was so many cultists that were like, you know, like poke, plus rule, plus the freaking, you know, the archmage there, you know, time stop, cone of cold, chain lightning. This guy's kind of a badass. And so that could have gone much, much worse. But you managed. You did it. You survived. And the only cost might be...
We didn't get to loot anything.
The griffin. You did not get to loot anything. That is a good point. But the good news is that you survived. Although the game is not quite over, as you will see. I'm going to start, as usual, with the bottom of the column. And I will start, of course, with Tasty Chai. So River had an interesting kind of experience in this fight, which involved being sort of thrown around from place to place, but you did break a chain, you did hit someone with a scorching ray, and you did lead to what I thought was one of the more dramatic moments, which is where he would absolutely have killed you. I mean, I didn't know at the time, but Ariel was basically taking 3 rounds to get there, as you could hear him kind of getting closer and closer. So by the time he showed up, it just made sense. He was going down to try to help, and he got in the way. Otherwise, that chain would have been on you, and we would have had 3 members down rolling death saves instead of just 2. So, but anyway, an eventful session, I would say. How did you feel about today? Where would the lovely folks see you next?
Well, my heartstrings. I'll say that.
Poor Ariel.
I know. I mean, that was so sad. Although it did totally give River a moment to just be like, "What is wrong with you? What are you doing?"
Yeah. Well, you
Which
could tell
was
Hecaton felt really broken up about it also, but the dude was completely confused about
I know.
what was
Well,
going
he was
on.
obviously super disoriented, and we were all like in a panic and adrenaline rush from battling.
And Celsig's a
cultists.
giant too. He's like, "What the hell are you?" Like, you know.
Like everyone's confused. It was great though. And I'm also super surprised that I'm not the one who was doing death saves, even though I went into the battle with 18 health and then I promptly lost 8 of it on my face.
Yep.
So
That's true, actually. Invisibility helped a lot.
Yeah, the invisibility helped quite a bit, and thank you for letting me stab that thing with the spike, because that was the only magic weapon I had.
Yeah, that was a good call. It was a good time to use it.
Yeah. Anyway, love the session as always. Can't wait for next time. And I will be streaming tomorrow on my personal channel. I've been playing Scrapknot, which has been a lot of fun. Super casual, very fun base builder, and I've been really enjoying it.
Cool. Thank you, Chai, as always. And of course, we will see you here next week for Talisman Adventures, which will be a good time. Moving right on up the line. Man, Urash, if anything ever wanted to show like what a half-orc barbarian can do when that like this would not go down. Just like the death ward that Greta put on you was huge too. The death ward, the resilience, you're just like arg, arg, like Hulk Hogan standing up from a world wrestling match, right? Like just finally went down. But it was something, and it was impressive to see because I feel like it was a very Urash style fight in a lot of ways. I especially loved the two half orcs going at each other, just like it was like battle, like Klingons battling. How did you feel about today's session? Where will the fine folks see you next?
I, as always, absolutely loved it. This is my favourite session, to be honest with you. I can't wait to play again. I can't wait for Talisman as well, to be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to that. This session was just had Urash's name all over it. Big epic fight, lots of things to hit, target rich environment, and to be honest, even though we didn't go in with a master plan, we worked really, really well together.
Yeah.
There is a certain clockwork to the way that our characters just meld together, which I think is just fantastic. Where can people see me next? So I'm streaming on my YouTube channel, so you can find me on YouTube/Peripheral Mike. I'm streaming on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. GMT. Where I'm going to be playing Spiritfarer on Nintendo Switch, which is so charming it should be illegal. But that's part of the Lo-Fi Gaming series that I've started, which is basically Zen games and chill vibes just for a couple of hours every week. So if you want just a place to chill out, just take some time out, just have a safe spot on the internet just to be yourself, then you're absolutely welcome. Also, there's going to be some videos going up on my YouTube channel soon, so don't forget to check them out. But thank you very much.
Good stuff, Mike, as always. Thank you. So not only were you doing damage and staying up and everything else, Celsig was also doing that. And of course, Celsig, it was you were the one who made the call, Saber, to break the chains. And that was hugely important, obviously. That made a big difference. And I know when you were like, I don't know if this is a good idea. And the answer is, it was like, what else can you do? Like, you kind of have to release the Incredible Hulk and see what happens. So you managed to do that, and of course landed some serious blows yourself. That giant potion was hugely important, obviously, throughout the fight. How did you feel about today? Where will the lovely folks see you next?
It was amazing, but boy, are my nerves shot now.
I hear you, man.
I didn't get quite as close as Urash, but I started this on the brink of death after getting that unlucky hit at the very, very start of this whole mission.
Yep.
And poisoned to boot.
Yep.
If I hadn't had that, managed to get close enough for that heal from Greta, then I would not have been able to pull through a last second victory.
If you combine the health of everyone together, the four of you are at -6 out of like whatever the total amount is. If you combined what everyone was at. So anyway.
Yep. It's basically, yeah, like I say, I'd been thinking on, like, maybe I can do something with the chains, which is why I was like, I look at the chain, and then you're like, you notice something about the chain. I'm like, I attack the chain, and then the chain goes pang, and I'm like,
good thing.
I think I know what happens here.
Good thing you had a magical weapon also, because it wouldn't have broken normally.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to next time and next week for Talisman as well, with the same great group of people who I think we do play well together. It doesn't matter what we're playing as. We play well together.
Indeed, I agree.
Definitely. And I'll be back here tomorrow with the release stream of Mad Max, which I'm super hyped about. So I hope everyone comes and checks out one of my favorite games. Like, no shadow of a lie. Does have a reference to that film in the game. Not sure I'll be able to show it in the first 3 hours though, because it's quite late on you get there. But yeah, you know. And I'll be back on my channel on Thursday, probably carrying on my playthrough of Final Fantasy X, which I picked up again after 20 years.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. And again, thank you for Moobot and Dashboard as always. And I will see you next week along with Mike next week. And last but certainly not least, Pyron, Greta was also hugely important in a lot of ways dealing with that spellcaster. He was, in a way, the most dangerous. If it were not set up for that way, that everything was set up that way, that could have been nightmarishly bad because he had a bunch of other stuff that he could do, like the chain lightning thing, where it's just like, and then it goes to you, and it goes to you, and it's like he is nasty. And so you managed to really do stuff to him, and of course to the cultists around you. And that heal on Celsig was clutch. So you had some big moments, and then you just saved from being dead a lot, and so you stayed alive, and so that was good stuff there. How did you feel about today? Where would lovely folks find you next?
I loved it. I've been looking forward to this session for a long time, and now it was here, and it was just as wonderful as I had hoped. And well, I'm going to be around behind the scenes a lot this week because we're having a lot of guest streamers. We're having the trivia show, GOG Showdown on Sunday, which people should please read what is written. No, not like this. What is written below the stream window, especially if you're not on mobile right now, because we're still looking for some more questions. There's also a link to last year's GOG Showdown show, so you can have a look at that. And so I'll be around behind the scenes a lot, but most likely not on stream until next Tuesday for Talisman Adventures.
Good stuff. Thank you, Pyron, as always. And absolutely, will Pyron and Jade send us some cake? Send you some cake, specifically, older than you. Listen, I think...
Oh, where in the world are you older than you?
Exactly. That is really the key, but always a pleasure to have Pyron with us. And yes, I agree with what Saber said. The party, this group of players plays well all the time, and it's always a pleasure to play with them, which is why I asked them to do more, which is why we're doing Talisman Adventures. So we'll be doing that next week, and then we'll be moving into what is completely the end game. This isn't quite the end game, because remember, there is still Imrith out there to deal with, but you're closing in on the end. So you got Hecaton back, this guy you've been trying to get for like 3 years, and now the question is, what happens now? We shall see. But chat, can we get some love for the amazing players, for Pyron Jade, Darksaber 2K, Peripheral Mike, and Tasty Chai? Can we get some love for all of them? Players, thanks, wonderful work, and I will see you all next week for Talisman. Bye for now. And that, folks, is going to do it for us for this evening. This was a great time. I really enjoyed it as I try to find where the heck my camera is. There we go. I really enjoyed this a lot. This was great, and it was an epic fight, and it came out like an epic fight. It felt like an epic fight, and it sure as hell was. That was a close thing. You know, if they had not done some of the things they did there could very easily have been a TPK. It was not out of the realm of possibility. And I got a little worried when I saw the amount of people that were still left. And it was Hecaton that really made it possible. And it was their idea, obviously, to have Hecaton that was on there too. So in any case, I got to rise up on out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to rise up on out of here. It is Pantsless Aaron up next with, where are you? What are you doing, Pantsless Aaron? Sorry about the situation with the stop, not next game. That's on my channel. There we go. Oh, yes. So we have more Avenge His Father and Dark Forces 2. I'm going to stick around and try to watch a little bit of that while I am getting sort of winding down here. Again, sorry. I'm sorry that happened, Pencil Aaron, but yeah, like time zones. But not next week. We're back to normal at 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Next week, remember, we have Talisman Adventures during Pen and Pixels. And then after that, I have no idea what I'm playing on purpose. I cannot wait to try something new. It's going to be good times. But that is going to do it for me. If you like what you saw and heard, please follow the channel. Please subscribe to us here on GOG.com, and please make sure as well to subscribe to us individually on our various channels as well. Otherwise, I'm going to see all of you lovely people next week. Tomorrow night on my channel, we have more D&D, community D&D with Triffity Mats, with Echo Alpha X5, with Rock God, and with Hoodie, with Shadowed Mage as your DM, and that is happening Dragon of Ice Spire Peak tomorrow night. So if you like that, come check out my channel tomorrow evening, and you can hang out with us. But otherwise, stick around now for Pencil Siren, and I'm going to see all of you lovely people very soon. Until then, everyone be good to each other. Big fight down. Game not over, but big fight down. That's it for me. Much love. Catch y'all soon. Bye for now.